Falcon fans, and of course, good old Atlanta Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. One time for the fan. We are back talking Falcons football on this beautiful Saturday morning here in Atlanta. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, pretty much everything, man. You already know what it is. You already know what to do when we out here going live, talking about these dirty birds. T Will for my ATL Sports, one time for the fan. And of course, Miss Carrie should be joining us here shortly. Big shout out to Bodie 3000. Woke up, looked like the
Okay.
grass is cut, so Bodie must be on his runs pretty early this morning. Big
Wow.
shout out to
Oh,
Full
wow.
Full Proof,
That
the
is
whole
not
game that they got going on.
necessary this early in the morning, sir. That is just not necessary. It's just foul.
I
You should
gave him a
call
shout out.
foul yourself.
I'm promoting the business, right?
You're you're not promoting the business. Shut up, Siri. Go ahead.
Series Maddox, you early.
Shut up, Siri. Go ahead. Sorry. He's tripping this morning. What wait, Jack, are you there? Jack, you froze. Ah, damn it. Is it me or you, Jack?
Oh, you tell me. Are we good? T, are you good?
Yeah, I can see you now. You froze for like a sec.
I can see you now. You froze for like a sec. So StreamYard must be on that StreamYard stuff right now.
Are we doing the Spider-Man thing?
I think we might be doing the
Yep,
Spider-Man thing
yep.
right now.
We're doing the Spider-Man thing. That's
Something's
what
going
it is.
on.
That's yeah.
Archangel said it was me. I don't know how it was me. T-Will, I showed you a video yesterday of somebody else who streams, and I think you saw it in the chat, right? It was bad, right? Like the connectivity was
Yeah, it was
pretty
bad.
bad. And these people have a big following and they use StreamYard too as well. So it is not one time for the fan. This is clearly StreamYard early Saturday morning. Maybe they want me to go play golf today. I don't know.
Maybe they do.
Hey, I know this. I know we won't be doing a 4-hour podcast like we did the other night. I
No,
can tell you
sir,
that
we
right now.
will not. We
That
will
was
not be doing the 4-hour
that
podcast.
was unexpected. Now, I will say this. Most of the podcast from the other night not only consists of the Falcons talk, but remember, Trey Young got traded in the middle of us having a discussion about Falcons' future head coach and future GM and all this other stuff. And
Yeah.
then the Hawks conversation got involved in it. A lot of other content creators jumped in here too as well, started talking Falcons and talking Hawks because this is Atlanta. So of course, we talk about, all Atlanta things, mostly the Falcons, but the Hawks talk got involved too as well.
Yep.
And some people had some things to say, and I must say we respect everybody's opinion on one time for the fan. It's from the fan for the fan, but about 30 minutes was shifted to maybe 30 to 45 minutes. Matter of fact, maybe an hour and 30 minutes was shifted over to the Hawks. I promise you today, there shouldn't be any breaking news about the Hawks that we should spend a lot of time on, but you never know, T Will. It's
You
possible.
never know, man. The way this week is going, Matt
It's
Ryan.
possible
It is possible. Matt
that we
Ryan.
might get some breaking news this morning about Matt
Matt
Ryan. I think
Ryan.
the
Say it
Falcons,
with me. Matt Ryan. You just
Matty
never.
Ice. I think the Falcons have completed their president of football operations search. So if that is possible, T Will, um, we could get some information about who they're going to be making their decision on. And T Will, this is final. So the people that they brought in to do their president of football operations search, they're not calling me. They're not calling you. I wish they would call Carrie because she seems like she has the right direction of where this franchise needs to go. But they're T-Will, they're finished, right? There's a couple names that's in the pot right now that they'll be stirring up and seeing who can lead this football operation going forward. Matt Ryan is one of them. I have some cool things to say about Matt Ryan. I'm sure you have some cool things to say about Matt Ryan too as well. But T, before we get fully started, we got to catch up to the fans in the stands here shortly. So I'll be going through the comments as I ask you this next question because the fans in the stands really make the show.
Yes,
One
they
time
do.
for the fan is always from the fan for the fan. People like Smooth C, J Kid, Archangel, Lisa Shepard, Dre ATL. Like there's so many fans that just rock with one time for the fan. And the other night, bro, we had comments upon comments upon comments to where I
Oh,
could
yeah.
barely catch up to them because we was just going on and on about the Falcons. And it's an exciting off season right now. So people are really excited to see what Falcon fans have to say. And of
Yeah.
course, we really respect everybody's input on the team. And we want to make sure everybody can get their comment read on the screen because it does bring up good talking points too as well. So T Will, as I go through these comments from the fans in the stands, I have to ask you, how is your day going? How is your week going since the last time we spoke on Wednesday night, leading into Thursday morning? On one time for the fan, we missed yesterday's show. A lot was going on, but that's why we did the pop up breakfast show today, so that way fans know that we are always here for them when it comes to talking Falcons. Like I said, this is going to be a very interesting off season. So, T. Will, how is everything going for you, sir?
It's going well for me, but let's talk about Atlanta. This has been a crazy week for Atlanta. So, in review, Sunday, Arthur Blank released Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot. And again, to both of those gentlemen, hey, thank you for
After
your
beating the Saints, after beating the Saints,
after
after
beating up on
sweeping the Saints.
how sweep it is. How
Sheesh.
sweep it is. But yeah, released Raheem Morris, released Terry Fontenot. And then a couple days later, the Hawks trade Trey Young, okay, which was big, 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 big. And then
Knew that was coming.
I believe Thursday, the Braves terminated their contract with their FanDuel TV provider.
Mm.
So that means that revenue, which was $185 million, because basically whoever the Diamond Group or whatever group was running it filed for bankruptcy. But they terminated their contract, and we find out this morning that NBC has purchased the rights and will be showing Braves and Red Sox games. But anyway, but point is, it's been a busy week for ATL sports fans. You got breaking news?
I got breaking news. Ian Rappaport reports the Packers and coach Matt LaFleur will meet shortly after the season ends to discuss extending his contract, with both sides hoping for a great outcome. Remember, we're going to play this into the head coaching talk that we're going to talk about in just a minute. So, T. Will, remember that Packers GM wants to speak with Coach Matt LaFleur after their game with the Bears. Now, of course, the Bears are probably expected to win this one. So, could they extend Matt LaFleur? Would they get rid of Matt LaFleur? Fans here in Atlanta would love Matt LaFleur to be a part of the head coaching search that the Falcons are going to be dealing with now. But T-Bo, this is breaking news from Ian Rappaport. So, just want to just put that out there. Go ahead, T-Bo. I'm sorry.
Well, no, let's get to it. So, what are your thoughts on that? Because that could mean multiple things, right? That could be a smoke screen. That could be, well, we're going to throw this out there because we know you guys want to get at him, right? But that could be multiple things. That could be that they want to meet to
Extend his contract, or they want to meet
or
to release him.
right, or that could be a warning to say, all right, mess up if you want to, because why release that today?
I mean,
Why release
the
that today?
morning before the game is tonight, right? The
Yeah.
morning before the game, that is a lot of talk. That's a lot of pressure on
Why,
a
right,
head
exactly.
coach, right?
Exactly.
Most head
So
coaches know that you're going to get fired when you're in the bottom of the barrel.
right, right.
But
And that
I'd
and that
rather
that
hear
is
this
what that
tomorrow.
could
I'd
be.
rather hear this Monday if I'm Matt LaFleur. I don't want to
Exactly.
hear this the morning of. I don't think Matt LaFleur even woke up yet, and he's going to get his family's probably like, "Hey, Matt, you're on the hot seat." So, T. Will, I don't know, man. Fans want Matt LaFleur here in Atlanta. Fans are also calling for John Harbaugh. Fans are calling for Clint Kubiak. I haven't heard too many fans mention Vance Joseph or Anthony Weaver. So I think fans are kind of pinpointing who they want as their next head coach. Carrie even mentioned it. She would love for the Packers to lose tonight so that way they terminate Matt LaFleur. But
But
then
I'm
again, T.
wondering
Will,
why do that? Are they literally just and I know sometimes I look for subtext too much. My wife says I overthink, but
I
why
think we
release
all
that
overthink
morning?
in 2026. I think we all do that.
Exactly. But why release that the more like why even release it? Are you saying, hey, y'all hands off? You know what I mean? Because it doesn't feel that way. You could have said that to him. You didn't have to release that. You get what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
could have said that to him. There's no advantage on you saying we're going to meet with him after the game. The
Well,
discussion. It just
let's look at the wording of it. The wording of it.
yeah,
After the
okay.
season ends to discuss extending his contract, with both sides hoping for a great outcome. So maybe Matt already knew about this going into this morning, but that word extending his contract, I mean, if you're already having somewhat success in the Packer fan base, would you want to get rid of a coach who's having success? I mean, we wasn't having success here, so we let go of a coach who wasn't successful. Matt LaFleur is at least getting the Packers to a level of where they can compete for a Super Bowl, right? I mean, we're
Maybe
not
they.
getting that.
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
And I'm wearing my fresh Matt
I,
Ryan jersey too,
that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking
Matty
about.
Ice.
I don't I don't think this started like that. Because I definitely think there was real pressure. I definitely think they told him, if you don't win, you. I definitely think there was a conversation.
You
That
don't
just
win, you're
didn't.
not in, huh?
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I think that because of the dearth, I don't want to. Well, yeah, because of the dearth of experienced head coaches that's out
Mhm.
there, that are considered hot candidates. He's considered hot candidates. It's like if
Mhm.
you argue with your girl, your wife, or whatever, and your girl, your wife's really attractive, and there's a meme that says, you see this guy, and he's like, "We're done," and the wife comes outside, and then it's all these exes or whatever, all the dudes waiting to get with her, and then all of a sudden the guy's like, "No, no, 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 we can work it out. Come back in."
Right.
That's what that scenario feels like with Matt LaFleur. It feels like in the beginning, the Packers were like, well, you could go.
Mhm.
And now there's all of this. Oh, we want him. Oh, we'll take him. Oh, we'll take
Yeah.
him. And maybe they're like, you know what? Let's talk.
And I think that's
Come
what
on.
Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport was talking the other day about John Harbaugh, that there are teams that have success right now that would probably risk it all getting rid of their coach to go after a John Harbaugh.
Well,
So
we know
even
the
looking at Matt
Dolphins
LaFleur.
did. We
Right.
know the Dolphins did.
And the Dolphins just signed their GM last night.
Right. But
So
you
fans
could
talking about John
argue
Harbaugh going to Miami,
the
that's
Dolphins did not fire their head coach until Harbaugh became available.
right.
And since 7 teams called, and there were 6 available, we can make the assumption that that 17 was the Dolphins.
Right.
It's like, oh, he's available. Hey man, go ahead and get what's name here. We got to get rid of him. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's exactly how I think that
Are
went
you
down.
buying, just to switch from the Matt LaFleur talk going to the head coaching thing? Are you buying the John Harbaugh $20 million salary, 10 million for the roster, wants to control the roster, wants to pick the GM? Are you buying that from John Harbaugh right now, or are you selling it to say that's not what John Harbaugh wants? They're just probably putting that out there. But
I'm
there's a report that
I'm
he wants
definitely buying
20
it.
million for the contract. He wants 10 million to his roster. He wants to control the roster, T Will, and then he wants to pick his GM. Of course, here in Atlanta, you heard what Arthur Blank said the other day. The president of football operations, your head coach, and your GM has to meet with your president of football operations. So, is John Harbaugh, the veteran coach, ready to go meet with a guy like Matt Ryan? Is it
Is
looking
John
more like
Harbaugh, is he worth all of that trouble?
right?
Because understand, he did have Ray Lewis and the ball hawking Ed Reed. Okay.
Don't forget about Suggs too as well now.
And you know what I mean? But he had some guys that redefined the positions they played. So, miss me with all of that. Yeah, Lamar Jackson is good, but you really hadn't won with him. You hadn't done anything in the playoffs. So, I mean, and no disrespect to him, he's definitely a good coach, but he's not Belichick back in the day, right? So, I mean, I wouldn't give him that. I'd tell him to kick right. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your, you know, 20
Mhm.
million and
A lot of
control,
money. It's a
and
lot
you
of
want
money.
to pick the GM?
I think the 20
What
million right now that the Falcons are looking at is like
you
John
you
Harbaugh. Sheesh.
you want the owner to kiss your feet too? I mean, come on, man, miss me with that. No, you kick
Mm.
rocks. You kick rock. Next, I mean, look it. I don't think that you have to abdicate a franchise, that you have to surrender a franchise for greatness. I don't think that those contracts terms ever work out, because you haven't won a Super Bowl since 2012. And you had Ray Lou and arguably one of the greatest defenses ever when you did it. This is 2025. It's 13 years later. So, yes, you were successful with the Ravens. Yes, you won a lot of games, but you have not crossed the barrier to Valhalla since 2013. You've
Out
not
of the best
tasted.
head coaches available right now, would John Harbaugh be the number one coach?
Not with his demands, no. Because what's it going to cost you? You know what I mean?
John Harbaugh, Clint Kubiak, Kevin Stefanski, Raheem, Anthony Weaver, Vance Joseph, Mike McDaniel.
In
He wouldn't be number
context,
one in most
in
teams'
in
eyes right now.
and maybe in most teams, but I don't think like most. If you come in here telling me this is what you want, bro, I'm offended. Let's keep. No, I'm not going to give you control. I'm not going to do that. Who the hell are you to do that? Who are you? I mean, you won, but you had Ray Lewis. Half the coaches in the NFL could have won with Ray Lewis.
I mean,
And Ed Reed.
he was willing and dealing with Lamar too over there. Didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but
You didn't make it you didn't make it. You
Joe
didn't make
Flacco
it.
did it with Joe Flacco.
But you didn't. You're right. You did it with Ray Lou. You did it with Ray Lou. You did it, and yeah, Joe Flacco was a part of it. But what's Joe Flacco done since?
Shit,
Nothing.
what have you done for me lately?
Lately, it's 2026.
Man,
lately,
Joe Flacco's still balling though, man.
I mean, he's still
T-Will,
playing.
can you get out there and throw the ball like Joe Flacco right now? Joe
Hell
Flacco
no,
looking
I
for a
cannot.
team right now.
I
He's looking for
cannot,
another team.
But let me ask you a question. What's he won since then?
Hey,
Nothing.
Archangel, don't get me started. You better T-Will, you better tell Jabri, don't get me started.
Hey man, I'm just
saying.
Better
tell him.
I mean, look. If John Harbaugh came in with some regular demands, that's one thing. Who the hell do you think you are? Who do you? I mean, bro, what have you? I mean, again, it'd be impressive if you didn't have 3 Hall of Famers on your team. I'd be impressed with that. But you did, and it's not like Ray Lou didn't win before you. So it's like it's like if me, you, and Michael Jordan have a pickup game of basketball and we win. Jack, did we win, or were we just lucky enough to be backups to Michael Jordan?
Falcons. Is this true? Falcons named franchise legend Matt Ryan as their football. Is this true? Adam Schefter. Is this true? I'm going right now.
I mean,
ESPN.
why are you acting surprised? Like this wasn't a foregone conclusion.
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for breaking news. This is it. This is it. Tua, this is it. Where is it? Come on. There it is. There it is.
Okay.
Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan has been named president of football.
Let me ask you this. Let's
get the cheers going.
How do you feel about him not having any experience in that role?
I knew it jersey on this morning. I knew it when I put the jersey on.
It's you, Jack. It's all you. It's because you put the jersey on that we found out. That's what it is.
Matt Ryan is now president of football operations in Atlanta. I was telling you guys, they had to go through this interview process to make everybody look good. It would have been unfair.
It's the Rooney Rule,
right?
It's the Rooney Rule.
I mean that too as well, but it would have been unfair to not bring in people to have an interview when you already know. It's kind of like back in the day when you was on the basketball team and you already knew who the coach had on the team. You just went there for the tryouts. There's 100 people trying out, but it was 13 juniors returning as seniors, and there's only 15 on the roster. They only need 2 people. Like, we already knew who was making on the basketball team. But how do I feel about the situation? Matt Ryan, yes, first year in this significant, remember they talked about that significant front office role. But T-Will, Matt Ryan has been through the thick and thin of the Atlanta Falcons since he was drafted here. And we know what Matt Ryan's
he's never been in this role before. So
right.
I'm just asking.
That is true.
How do you feel about his lack of experience in the role? Because he's got to pick a GM,
right? Who
I'm assuming has to pick a coach, or
who I'm assuming the GM is probably going to be Ian Cunningham.
Okay.
His buddy Ian Cunningham, who's buddy with Ryan Poles. It's a buddy system, remember? Buddy. We talked about that.
What will Matt Ryan's duties be other than to pick the GM? Obviously, he will he have autonomy and control over personnel?
I think he might be, and he's going to be in the room when it comes to personnel.
Okay.
But Matt Ryan also was a leader of men in that locker room, around that
definitely a leader, man. I no doubt about
community. Remember, Arthur Blank talks about community all the time. Community.
right?
Matt Ryan, there was a tweet yesterday that pretty much put Matt Ryan on display for everything Arthur Blank wanted in this president of football operations role. And as we see Matt Ryan take this opportunity now to take the step forward, Matt Ryan was not only just an MVP in this league, he was also like he was also like the right hand man of Arthur Blank when it came to owner player relationship. Like
Hmm.
Matt Ryan put his blood, sweat, and tears
He
into this
did.
organization. He might even Terry. Hey Terry, didn't we have a wide receiver situation last year? A wide receiver. He might even get Julio to come back over here and play a couple years. You never even know, man. You
Julio's
never
done.
even know, Terry.
Hey man, I need you to put
Hey,
that Tito's down.
hey,
I need you to put that Tito's down and back
hey.
away.
I'm just
No,
saying,
sir. No,
Matt
sir.
Ryan. Matt
This
Ryan
is
is
not
that bridge.
2016, sir. This
Matt
we're in
Ryan's that bridge
2026.
between the love and hate relationship with Julio and the Falcons. All you gotta do is
I
call him Julio. Hey,
understand. I
hey,
understand.
who?
I mean,
Don't forget, he don't call him Julio. He calls him who? Hey, who? Hey, bro. Hey, man. I just got this president of football operations role. You trying to come down here and coach Drake London? Because
maybe he, yeah, yeah, maybe he can come back as a receivers coach.
hey,
Maybe he can.
you want to
Maybe
see
he can. Now that not as a receiver, not that he wasn't the best Falcons receiver I've ever seen, but I think his playing days are done. But I mean, if you want to bring him back as a receiver coach, I'm all for it. He was a receivers coach when he was here, and he was great.
right,
To be honest with you, that is a great idea. The more I think
right.
about it, that's a great idea, Jack. That is a great idea. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm proud of Matt Ryan in this role. He could have stayed at CBS. He got the big bag and talked about the Falcons on Sundays, and been over there hanging with Nate Burleson and them. But Matt stepping into this role knows he wants one thing, T. Will. It's not about the money, is it? I mean, of course, the money's there, but it's definitely about doing what, T. Will? Turning the franchise around in Atlanta. Even when Matt left and went to Indianapolis, still doing community work in Atlanta. Matt Ryan, once again, doing something for Atlanta. And this goes for all those years where fans hated on Matt and put Matt under the rug and said, "We don't want this guy. Get this guy out of here." Matt continues to do the best he can to bring a championship to Atlanta. Before he was doing it with the players in the
StreamYard, StreamYard, Jack. I hear you. You're kind of cutting in and out, but StreamYard,
position.
StreamYard.
Is
You're
T Will
cutting
there?
it.
Everybody can anybody? Yeah, I have moved to this one. Let me see. I think T Will's yeah, I think T Will's whatchamacallit. I think he's lagging right now. There he goes. T Will's
Yeah,
back.
from my end,
T Will,
you
you
were
back?
lagging. It's StreamYard again. Hey man, let's spotlight. Yeah, let's
Oh, here
spotlight
we go.
Ghost Peppers at 9:52 a.m. because he does have a point. To be fair,
Okay. Got Ghost Peppers right here.
uh,
Big shout out to everybody in the chat.
not,
82 Monte
not,
Carlo, J. Yeah, I'm getting to it. I'm
okay,
getting to
all
it. I'm trying to catch up to
right, all
everybody.
right.
Ghost Peppers, 82 Monte Carlo. Got J Kid,
What up,
got
Carlo?
DSGB Hall in the morning. Big shout out to DSGB
What up,
Hall.
DSGB?
Remember, remember we said T Will, the fans in the stands are so live and lit, man. We're just trying to catch up to everybody. But it's crazy when you have the amount of comments that's going in here. We even got
It
Carrie,
is.
our super
It's
producer.
insane. What up, Carrie?
Carrie was I don't know if she was going to be joining us, but then again, Manchester City's about to play too as well.
Yeah, I
That's one
think
of my
Carrie's watching that. Yeah, I
that
don't
yeah.
think
There's
Carrie
they
will
start in
join.
5 minutes, and we have a new player getting ready to get up out there. I'm a Manchester City fan too as well, but we're going to talk to the little Falcons here before I go watch that. Larry's in the chat too as well. Big shout out to Larry. Fans are in the chat here going crazy because Matt Ryan being named president of football operations literally probably about 5 minutes ago. Matt Ryan, who lives in Atlanta too as well, is still going to be here doing what he can do to help out Arthur Blank in this organization. You got Bellows World in the chat. We are catching up to everybody in the chat. We got what is this? 3 balls and 2 strikes. Will Matty Ice be 100% full time? I believe he will be 100% full time.
I hope so. I
Of
hope he
course, you
will
got
be.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Both GM and coach report directly to Matty Ice. Thus, he has the final approval. Matt Ryan already shaking things up early in the morning. I'm pretty sure Matt Ryan is doing his first job duties this morning, already heading back to Flowery Branch. He left there last night. He's probably on the way back over there right now. You have Ghost Peppers in the chat who said
All right,
John
so right
Harbaugh
there,
did not
John
give
Harbaugh.
his requirements.
Yep.
Nothing but speculation from a league insider, but people running with it like it's the truth anyway. And Ghost Peppers, you are definitely right about that. That was an ESPN reporter saying that he has sources. You know how that stuff is, Steve. When you hear the sources, they never give away who it is. It's just per source. But this ESPN writer and apparently journalist reported that he has inside information what Jara Harbaugh wants as a head coach. Well, I have inside information. This is my source. My source is right here. Her name is Miss Carey, and of course, um,
What's
Carey
going
here.
on, Miss Carey? Hey, before we do that, can I respond to that, Jack? If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't
Go
mind.
right ahead.
Okay. So, Ghost Peppers, you're 100% right, and if that is not true, then that definitely changes the way I view it. However, if it is true, then I said what I said. I don't. I, I just don't believe you have to capitulate to somebody's demands. And to me, I just, I think that's a lot to come in asking for 20 million and control and all of this. So, but again, that is from a source.
You
You are
scare
correct.
teams like that, don't you? Don't you scare teams too?
Exactly. So again, Ghost Peppers, if it's just speculation, then you're right. And it changes how I view it. If it's not, however, then he can kick rocks. So I
Right.
just wanted to address it because that is a good point. We don't know if he said that, and Ghost Peppers is right. He is right.
And
So
Miss
go
Carey
ahead.
is here literally 2 minutes before Manchester City plays. I know she's excited about breaking news from the Atlanta Falcons. Miss Carey, baby. Carey, what's
Good
up?
morning, Miss Carey.
Good morning, guys. It's a great day. I'm in sunny Florida. Like you said, City's about to play. I just pulled a Shador Sanders rookie card autograph. Matt Ryan's named the president of football operations. We are so back. Yeah, it's great.
It feels
So
good.
Carey, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jet.
No, I'm just saying it just feels good. I mean, you guys can go ahead. I got my Matt Ryan jersey on. Carey, I told you I got that special jersey for the day. I figured it
Oh,
was going to happen.
I forgot to also mention that Clint Kubiak is going to be interviewing today. So let's go.
That's
Did you
good.
guys?
Clint
Did you
Kubiak
guys talk
interview
about
with the
that?
Ravens
No, with us.
yesterday. Yeah, yeah, he
Oh,
interviewed with the
oh.
Ravens yesterday. Now he's over here with us. You see the Nerd Kings comment, Carey. If Kyle Shanahan, Dan Quinn, and Matt LaFleur all get fired, that is the writing in the sand to bring everyone back into the Super Bowl, right?
Well,
That
yeah, the
Super
only
Bowl team was nice, but I don't think Kyle Shanahan would be a part of that list right there.
yeah, unfortunately, LaFleur, it was reported today that they're hoping to come to after the season's over. They're hoping to come to an extension. They feel good about it. So both parties, the franchise as well as LaFleur. Personally, I'm hoping for a terrible outcome, hoping they're a first round exit, so that maybe the extension doesn't happen after all. Because he's my first pick, but I'm excited. It seems like Kubiak might be their first pick, Matt Ryan's first pick, and I think Ian Cunningham's a shoe-in. So I think that's going to be their guy, Clint, because Matt Ryan being an offensive guy, I'm sure he was frustrated like fans watching our offense, knowing that we have an all-pro player like Bijan Robinson. Shout out to him. Um, and second team all-pro Chris Lindstrom and Kyle Pitts, and just all the talent we have on offense, and just being bottom five in red zone efficiency, bottom five in third down efficiency. I mean, that has to be so frustrating as the former franchise quarterback. So for me, I see him 100% picking an offensive minded guy, somebody who has, Sam Darnold looking like one of the best quarterbacks this season and JSN having a career year for the Seattle Seahawks. So I definitely, in my opinion, I think that's going to be their guy.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Arthur Blank with a comment, with a statement. I have full confidence and trust in Matt as we strive to deliver a championship caliber team for Atlanta Falcons fans everywhere. Matt Ryan putting out his comment early this morning, too. My commitment to the success of this franchise has not changed. I'm beyond ready to help write a new chapter of excellence. Matt Ryan continues So put everything, like I just said a couple minutes ago, everything he has to bring a championship to this city, being minutes away in the Super Bowl back in 2016 to now in the front office to help change around the 8 years of drought that we've had here as Falcon fans. And I must say, the retweets and the comments are rolling in for Matt Ryan when it comes to just the love that he is getting from this fan base, because at the end of the day, there are some fans who might not like Matt Ryan's play on the field, but you have to respect Matt Ryan as, you know, the guy off the field, man. Matt Ryan was just an outstanding individual from the moment he walked into the building to the moment he walked out of the building. And I've been a supporter of Matt Ryan for years. Now, Kerry, now I might get a chance to meet Matt Ryan. This might be it, right? This might be the opportunity, right? T. Will, we spent enough time at the Benz. Right, this might be the chance where, you know, you get a chance to see Matt Ryan, and he's not going to be a guy just hanging out in the suites, right? He's not going to be one of those owners where it's like, I'm sorry, one of those presidents or one of those, you know, executives where it's like you don't want to come down and meet the fans. Matt Ryan's still a fan,
No, not
right?
only that, but and that's why I think he had the he was the best man for the job,
Right,
because he truly loves this franchise. He loves this city, and he wants what's best for these fans.
right.
Our fans, I feel like there isn't a better man for the job because he loves Atlanta. And, you know, this position, like Arthur Blank said in his presser, he's going to be, yes, overseeing the head coach and GM, but he's more so going to be overseeing what's happening on the field, which I
Right.
love because, you know, after Sportsology did that review, you know, did a little pulse check on our franchise, Arthur Blank said he was shocked to find out that they said there was no common direction amongst
Hmm.
the leadership, which to me, that is, and that's probably why Terry and Raheem got fired most of all, because you can't have that. You're not going to win when you have leadership that just is all on different pages and discombobulated and don't. Like they don't have the common goal, right? Like
Right.
they're all on different pages. That's very telling. So for me, Matt Ryan I truly feel he's the perfect man for the job. So I'm excited.
Kerry, even worse than that on the field, the Falcons had no identity when it came to their team. Otherwise than
At
just giving
all.
the ball to Bijan, we didn't know what else was going to happen. I mean, we knew what the
At all.
rookies were doing, but there was just no identity in certain third down situations. There was no identity going into something certain games like the Carolina Panther game, the Seahawks game, like the Dolphins game. Like some teams have identity. I mean, when we had that back in 2016, you knew what this team was about. And maybe Matt Ryan can go ahead and bring some identity back to this team, and of course in the front office too as well. T. Will, we got some more breaking news too as well. Of course, you know the NFL All-Pro team has been announced. First and second team, we got Kyle Pitts making the second team tight end group, Chris Lindstrom making the second team right guard group, Jesse Bates making the second team safety group, and of course making first team the one and only Bijan Robinson. T. Will, good news followed by good news. What is your thoughts this morning? Now, how are you feeling 20 minutes after we had our talk about how were you feeling earlier? How you feeling now, man? Matt Ryan being named president of football operations here in Atlanta, side by side with Mr. Blank once again, takes him out the booth and puts him in the suite. Your thoughts, T. Will?
No, I mean, Matt's definitely, in my humble opinion, the best quarterback we've ever had. And we've had some good ones, and no disrespect to any of them, but just from what I've seen and what I've witnessed in his career wins and passing yardage and, just the excitement. In fact, we did get to a Super Bowl, and he was the third highest quarterback ranked in the Super Bowl with his performance. I'd say he's the best.
MVP ice. We got to put that
MVP.
out there too.
Correct. So yeah, I definitely think he will adjust to the role. I think that it's good that we have Ian in the building, but Matt, like you say, is a leader of men. So
Mhm.
I'm excited to see what we can do. I'm excited to see how quickly we can go ahead and anoint our new GM, and then let's go find a coach. So
Now, that's the cool thing about it. You know, even hearing the whole conference this week with Arthur Blank making, you know, noise in the Falcons media, Falcons community that, you know, there's a lot of good head coaches that are available. And that's the cool thing about it, because there were some good head coaches available when we got Raheem. The only problem is we went with Raheem. But the one thing I noticed about Matt Ryan's interview last night, T. Will, They knew it was Matt Ryan. Let's be real.
Hmm.
They knew it
Yeah,
was Matt Ryan.
of course they
They
did.
put the other football operation candidates out there early in the day, right? Some were on Wednesday, some were on Thursday, a couple more on Friday. But Matt Ryan shows up to the facility last. Of course, this is Matt. He lives in Atlanta. I'm sure the other ones had to fly into Hartsfield, catch the Uber, sit in traffic. Matt knows the back route to get to Flowery Branch,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Doesn't even have to use his navigation. Matt's that type of guy.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure, like you saw in Miami, there was a video out there of the owner Stephen Ross taking their new general manager to dinner. Of course, they're in some back room at some private Miami restaurant. People's
Mhm.
taking pictures because they saw that, posted that, they made the announcement. I guarantee you, when Matt showed up to the facility, if he's not wearing jeans and a t-shirt, Matt probably showed up in his Falcon jersey, right? He's the franchise legend. Matt can
Oh,
just show up. He's respectful, I know that. But Matt can show up in so many different ways. Arthur Blank already respects Matt. So he
mhm.
can show up there and literally wearing swim shorts and having a surfboard in his hand if he wants to. Doesn't matter. The job was his. Probably showed up with the family. Probably showed up with the ice cubes. We heard Arthur Blank talk the other day about Matt Ryan in the interview. I mean, in the press conference, he has the utmost respect for Matt Ryan. Matter of fact, I didn't even hear about the other candidates when the reporter asked about Matt Ryan in this role. The news had already broke a week or two ago that Matt Ryan wanted a significant front office role. It's cool that Arthur Blank interviewed other people for that role. But at the end of the day, and I tweeted it out, this was Matt Ryan's job to lose. I tweeted it on Tuesday. This is his job to lose. And sure enough, Matt Ryan is now the president of football operations, the new head coach. The new GM will report to Matt. Matt will probably be on the field, looking at the roster, helping the new head coach and the new GM get this roster together, helping with the salary cap. Don't forget about what the type of rosters Matt Ryan has been around here in Atlanta. He has some really good players, T-Will.
He did.
Even Matt Ryan, as he steps away from football now and gets that front office role, if you look at the Falcons team, we still have some really good players. So now that we have some really good players with Bijan, with Xavier, with James, Divine Diablo, AJ Terrell. Don't forget, Matt Ryan played alongside AJ Terrell. Matt Ryan played alongside Jake Matthews. This is the good moment for the Falcons. But there is also somebody else in the building too, that Matt Ryan knows pretty well. And I don't want to spoil the news for anybody, T. Will, but there's a guy I think we all know who's a good friend of Arthur Blank's, who's a buddy of the buddy. His name is Rich McKay.
Yeah, I
So if
knew
you
that.
don't think Rich McKay is not, I thought Rich McKay stepping away from football side. If you don't think Rich McKay is not at Flowery Branch shaking Matt Ryan's hand right now, you don't know football. Because I know football.
Well, what's interesting is we had the same thing a couple of years ago that Rich McKay was taking another position and he would be away from the Falcons, and we learned during that interview with 92.9 The Game that that was not the case. So I don't buy it. Now it's going to be interesting, right? But I think he will. I think Rich McKay is Emperor Palpatine. Like, you never get rid of him. He's gonna be somewhere lurking in the background. I don't see it. I don't see, because we
He's
heard the
like the
same thing
guy in,
2 years
remember
ago.
Police Academy? Remember the guy in the chair on Police Academy 4? You didn't see him, but you heard his voice. Then
Yeah,
and at the end of the movie, he turned his chair around. You got a chance to finally see who it is.
yeah,
That's Rich McKay. But this
yeah.
is
That's
T-Will, we
Rich.
had this conversation yesterday. Look
We
who's in
did.
the chat.
We did.
T-Will, look who's in the chat.
Yeah, I know. I knew we were gonna hear. I knew it. I knew he was gonna rear his jaguar head. So.
Alabama got crushed, but here he is now with
Well, you know
another
what's
team.
funny? Jonell, I tell you what, buddy, if you guys lose today, I want you to keep that same energy, okay?
I told y'all now, why
be.
don't you just, didn't we talk about betting yesterday and gambling yesterday? Now you see where I'm at, T-Will.
He didn't want to do it. Yeah.
Didn't we mention people like
He's
this guy
talking
right
big
here?
noise in here, man.
Talking
He is
big
talking
noise,
big
huh?
noise. Like,
All
have
right.
the Jaguars ever won to a Super Bowl? Oh, wait a minute. Have they ever been?
Well, I know their London team has a couple cups, but that's the soccer side.
Yeah, but that's the soccer side. But
Yeah.
have they ever even been to a Super Bowl?
I don't know. I mean, the curse of Jalen Ramsey is still
I don't
floating around Duval County.
I don't think they've been to a Super Bowl. So I don't understand why Janelle is puffing his chest out like, I mean, even if you win today, good for you. You're not gonna win a Super Bowl, Janelle. So just relax, man. Relax, relax. Don't
Look,
worry, you'll be watching it with the rest of us. You can come on down to Applebee's. We'll sit with you, buddy. We
because
can
it's a
talk about
pop up. It's
failed
Applebee's. We're not taking John. He's not getting no 2 for $20. He might meet us at the. He might meet us at the
bowling alley.
the
Where's he?
Mickey D's or
The Mickey. Oh
the
wow. Oh
the
wow.
Krusty Krab off 78. We ain't
Oh
taking him to
wow.
no 2 for $20. He don't get no booth seat up in there.
Oh
It ain't
wow.
happening. No,
We're
not
not going
Jarnell.
to waste Applebee's on that Jack
No,
fan.
no,
Okay.
we don't do that. He play
I
golf. He
got.
can get a glizzy. He can get a glizzy from the cart girl. He play golf.
Wow. Wow.
Jarnell also says, "What time Trey Young suiting up?" I'm not a Trey Young
Oh
guy,
wow.
so
He's
don't get
really
me
taking
started. You don't
some.
want to get me started on Trey
Is
Young.
Janelle even from Atlanta?
Jarnell went to school out here. Atlanta made Jarnell. Jarnell he's one of those guys that's like, I can't stand Atlanta teams. I don't like them. I'm going to go. My hockey team is the Colorado Avalanche. My basketball team is the Chicago Bulls. My college football team is the Alabama Crimson Tide. My NFL team is Duval County. Ask him what his air hockey team is. I go with the Pennsylvania Penguins. Ask him what his air hockey team is. Ask him what his pickleball team is. I like the team in Wisconsin. That's
I don't
Jarnell.
even want to know.
That's Jarnell.
Okay.
Only shows up to the Hawks games when they're playing. Whenever they're playing the Bulls, I'm going to show up in my Bulls jersey. Only shows up to the bands when Alabama's playing. Whenever the Alabama Crimson Tide is playing, I'm going to show up to Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
When's the last time the Bulls won a championship?
Man, he gonna come in here and start. Man, you already know.
Don't even get Jarnell started.
Don't even get Jarnell started. I saw that money line. I talked to you. I saw that money line in Vegas for that game. I see the spread in Vegas for the game. All right, Jarnell.
So he likes nostalgic teams.
You're not playing the Titans today. It ain't the Titans.
He likes nostalgic teams and teams that never will be.
It's not the Titans you're playing.
I get you, Jarnell. Okay.
You're not playing the Titans.
I get. Hey, just keep that same energy tomorrow when y'all lose. Make sure you come back in here. Same energy, buddy. I want you to be posting left and right. I want you to be talking the same trash you're talking today when y'all lose.
Tony Hall's in the chat. Wouldn't it be something if Matt in the office role still helped Mr. Blank ring possibly on home soil in 2028? I think Matt is trying to do his best. Matt has always been trying to do his best to bring a ring here to Atlanta, even as a player, now as a front office exec. And let's see what he got. And I guarantee you, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt's not out there during training camp helping the quarterbacks, do a couple other QB development moves. Because if TJ Yates is out there, boy, stop. Uncle Steve's Lounge is going to be joining us tomorrow night. Hold on, I got to give myself the wow on that one. Hold on. Uncle Steve's Lounge is going to be joining us tomorrow night.
Wow, you should.
I'm about to go back and get it. I'm getting ready to. I don't have my mouse. My son took my mouse, so I'm over here working hands-on with this this laptop clicker here. But Uncle Steve's Lounge is with us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. I know Uncle Steve's Lounge has a lot to say about Matty Ice being in the front office. He says, "Morning, guys. I know Ice is back, but let's not do any more than nostalgic thing of hiring former players as position coaches. They will put more scrutiny on the hire. Hire the best, not the favorites." T-Will, we got something to talk about with Uncle Steve's Lounge tomorrow, but what do you have to say with Uncle Steve's comment right here, sir?
No, that's a direct response to your comment about Julio.
Right.
And how you come here and, and I mean, now, normally.
No Julio, no Roddy.
I'm okay with Julio.
No Jalen Mayfield.
I'm okay with Julio because Julio was a coach here, but there was some friction with the owner and so with Arthur Blank. So I don't even know that Julio would come back because he does feel after that interview, he still feels wounded by it. Even his acknowledgement of Atlanta earlier this year, he did not mention the Falcons. He thanked everybody. No, not on the podcast. When he did it directly, he was on Atlanta Day or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he did not mention the Falcons. he thanked everybody, that he played with, that he was cool with. Obviously, Roddy, Matt, blah 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 blah. But he did not mention Mr. Blank. He did not mention the Falcons. So I don't even know that he would come back anyway. And but outside of him, I do agree with Uncle Steve. Like, let's just keep it. Let's make the best hire. Let's
So we
make the
don't we
best.
don't need we don't need Uncle Steve over there coaching the D line or the O line too. Is that what Uncle Steve's saying?
That's up to Uncle Steve. I don't
Okay.
I don't I don't know his pedigree in the art of offensive line and defensive line and the trenches. I don't know. You
Maybe
know,
we can get Uncle Steve to call a couple Hawks games this year. That would be great right there, right? I'm sure,
you are jumping all over the
the
place.
Hawks Wizards game. Maybe we can get Uncle Steve in the building sitting next to Steve Holmgren and Mike Conti. That would be great.
Your Atlanta Hawks. 2 minutes. Uncle Uncle Steve will be doing remixes upon remixes from the booth. He'll be talking about players and making diss tracks while he's in the booth. That'd be
That
hilarious.
foul was offensive, Trey
That
Young.
foul was offensive. Offensive, yeah. He'll be making hits. He'll be making hits live up in the box.
You got Louis, aka Dirty Lou, in the chat. Big shout out to Uncle Lou in the chat.
Uncle Lou.
Maybe Matt Ryan knows the things about dynamic duos at running back. Maybe he can find a way to keep Tyler Algier here.
Well, it's interesting. Uncle Lou said if you go down further, he says we must keep Tyler.
I mean, big shout out to Tyler too as well. Big shout out to the Algier family.
Uncle Lou's on our side, man. Uncle Lou wants him to stay, so that's Now I personally don't think Tyler's gonna get so much money to go somewhere else, bro, and he's gonna get an opportunity to start, and you can't blame him, because even like it'd be different to me, and this is my issue with Zach Robinson. You didn't feed Tyler enough. You didn't get the ball to Tyler enough. You didn't utilize, and that's a weapon that you have.
Bijan, it's like you forgot about Tyler.
Right. Even look at and I'd love for you to have them both out there at the same time. Put Bijan in the slot, run him on some slants, run him on some drags or whatever. But use them together. Feed Tyler the rock. It shouldn't be 70-30 or 80-20. Let it be 60-40. Let it be 55-45. But number one, you utilizing Bijan and Tyler together does two things. Number one, it saves them both. You probably get more mileage out of them both on the wear and tear meter because, lest we not forget, what's his name from Dallas? Zeke was great when he first came out, but they ran him like 400 times a year. And 4 or 5 years later, he's a shell of what he was because they overutilized. So if you have Tyler and Bijan and you can use them together, they can both probably last 8, 9, 10 years. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No, because I think Tyler's going to get too much money to go somewhere else.
With the right OC, that would be great because Tyler's usage when he got into that red zone was bam, 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 touchdown. There goes Tyler. Tyler's first year when he had the 1,000-yard plus was like, bruh, look at this dude. Look at this guy. This guy's a rock, man. Coming out of what, 4th round, 5th round, right? Yeah. I mean, we used him in a way where Arthur Smith was like, this guy's going to be, he's pound for pound he's going for it, pound for pound. Mm-hmm. But then when they got over here, Raheem's decision to have the first-year inexperienced head coaches, that really hurt us. The first-year inexperienced defensive coordinator tried to build his own coaching tree. You know what's funny? I was watching a video last night with Ryan Clark, Chad Ochocinco, Chris Long, and Bill Belichick. You know what Bill Belichick was talking about, T-Will? He was breaking down the Mike Shanahan system with Kyle Shanahan and Gary Kubiak, and he kept pointing out certain players that was in the video, certain coaches that was in the video. And he had Mike Shanahan, who was, of course, standing right next to Gary Kubiak. Gary Kubiak learning from Mike Shanahan, talking about the stretch play, talking about the boot, talking about the rollout, how John Elway was killing him in Denver with this stuff. But then as you slowly look in the background, Bill Belichick circled, who is this guy, Chad Ochocinco? Chad would reply, oh, that's Kyle Shanahan, a young Kyle Shanahan standing behind Mike Shanahan. And sure enough, when he went to Gary Kubiak, he would point out in the locker room, hey, who is this guy? He would circle somebody else, a young Clint Kubiak in the locker room, maybe 13, 14 years old, walking around with that. So I'm telling you that when it comes to like coaching trees and like this coaching resume. Raheem really thought he was going to build this Mike Shanahan system. He remember he talked about it. Shanahans, the McVays of the world, the people that he's worked with, the LaFleurs, the people that he was on that coaching tree with back in Washington and Atlanta and stuff. Raheem really thought he can build that here in Atlanta, and that was his downfall. To be naming Jimmy Lake, who the F? Oh, can I curse? Yeah, it's 10:22.
It's your show.
Who the fuck is putting Jimmy Lake out there on your first year as a head coach here in Atlanta? Like, who is thinking about Jimmy Lake? You got all these defensive coordinators to go call, but you do this buddy stuff and bring in Jimmy Lake. And Jimmy Lake Lanier, you already know what happened. T-Will, you already said it. That's where defenses go to die. And sure enough, it was ugly seeing that defense. But then you guess what? A veteran defensive coordinator like Jeff Ulbrich came in here and tried to save the day. And you did miss the playoffs by a game or two. But even with Zach Robinson's play calling on offense, and I'm glad to see that Zach Robinson, they told Jeff Ulbrich you can't go interview with nobody. They denied that, but they let Zach Robinson go and interview with the Bucks. So that means that they know that the problem is in the house. The problem is still here within the Falcons facility. And I'm glad to see that, if Zach Robinson moves on and goes to another team, whoever this new GM is going to be, whoever this new head coach is going to be, Matt Ryan knows offense. Matt Ryan knows ball. His football IQ will be able to help push this team to the next level. And I do think they're going to get somebody to help push. Now, here's the next thing. To help push whoever the quarterback may be. Now, we're getting ready to wrap up the podcast now. It's 200-plus people in here right now talking Falcons. But the quarterback, T-Will, is going to be the conversation in our next show.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah, man.
Do you have someone that you go to when you need to make a decision? And it's a tough one, and you lean on their wisdom. That's one. Also, do you have someone that checks you when you need to be checked? That's like, no, that's not a good move. You don't need to do that. And you don't have to say who they are, but just yes or no. Do you have that?
Yes to the first question. To the second question, I've been leaning more on myself because I'm, accepting the accountability of what I put myself through. But then again, yes, I do have somebody that can check me and put me in my place respectfully, not on the way of like, hey, belt to ass, respectfully. But yes, I do.
So
have
I bring it up because I don't think Raheem has that I don't think he has that professionally. Because if you do have that professionally, you don't make dumb decisions like this.
Right.
You don't make a decision that is driven by ego, right? Because your coaching tree has nothing to do with winning, has nothing to do with the Falcons, has nothing to do. It's all about you. And if he had someone to check him to say, no, Raheem, no, you don't need to do that. Right? If Prince had somebody 30 years ago to say, no, Prince, you don't need to make an album with butt out jeans. You don't need to do that. We'd have been spared that. But the bottom line is you have to have somebody. You need somebody that you lean on for wisdom, for tough decisions, but you also need somebody to tell the truth. And you see this with powerful men. You see this with not just men, women, but people who ascend to a certain level. If you no longer have that person that's going to keep it real with you, that's going to keep you grounded, that's when you make dumb decisions like this. And make no mistake about it, Raheem cost us 2 years and 2 playoff appearances, because I fully believe that this roster was good enough to make the playoffs twice. So look at how the delusions of grandeur, look at how the ego, look at how all of that cost us, because you were so worried about your pyramid in the future. You were so self-aggrandizing. You were so in love with yourself.
That boy been hanging with T.I. expeditiously. That boy been hanging with Tip. Rashad Harris.
You put yourself above the team because it wasn't about the Falcons. It was about the tree of Raheem. You know what I mean? Look at Shanahan is Mike's son. So you can't compare to that because they have a relationship going back to Kyle's birth.
Right.
They talked after dinner. They talked when he dropped.
He was showing Kyle the plays literally as he was driving in the car on the way home.
Correct. Right. So I mean, again, I think sometimes we can get caught up in the wrong thing. Look it, if I'm a coach, I don't care if I win coach of the year. I don't care if I get notoriety for building a great tree. I care about winning because that's my priority. Because nothing else matters if you don't win. That's job one. Everything else will come in time. If you win enough Super Bowls, then guess what? You'll get the notoriety. But you don't start the job looking for notoriety. You don't start the job looking for glory. If you're going into battle with somebody looking for glory, you're going to get killed. Because his decisions are going to put you in a because he's not thinking about you, he's thinking about glory. And that's Raheem. And to me, that was the first sin. That was the mortal sin that led us to this point. Because all of his decisions were what people would think. No, I'm not going to tell the truth about Kirk because it can't come out. No, I'm not going to play Michael Penix first because the people will turn and then they'll want him.
A lot
and
of
no, I'm not
information
gonna,
from the fan base and, of course, the
right,
organization too as well.
right. No, I'm not going to be fourth. And on and on and on and on and on. So bottom line is, if Raheem would have just had somebody to check him, we could have been in the playoffs 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? Just
in
my
the worst division in football too as well.
In the worst division in football, 100%.
Falcons fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Jarnell Everett, Matt Ryan steps into a role just like we put Tony Baselli in. So, you know, if the Falcons are going to get to a level of even where the Jags are, making back to the playoffs after having some disappointing years, of course, you know, the Carolina Panthers winning the division, unacceptable. I'm sure Matt Ryan, Arthur Blank, everybody in the whole franchise is looking at this shit saying, hey, next year, there's not going to be no 8-19 winning this division. It's not happening, right? And, of course, we have a tough schedule. Everybody in the NFC South has a tough schedule. I love when fans say, oh, the Falcons have a tough schedule. Well, yeah, well, so do the Saints. And so do the Bucks. So do the Carolina Panthers, you know? But, T, well, I know you got to run out real quick, man. I'm going to finish up some of these comments, man. If you want to go ahead and drop a shout out right here in the chat, you know, your family, your friends, who's looking out for you. Who do you reach out to in the times of need? I'll go ahead and clean these comments up and we'll get up out of here because this was just a quick podcast just so we can talk some Falcons football because we missed the show yesterday. But Matty Ice, president of football operations. I'm glad we went to. Maybe we were talking about going live at 11 and 12 and 1. I'm glad we picked the time we did today. Because, hell, Matt Ryan probably had a damn sleepover at the damn Falcons facility. He don't live too far from Flowery Branch. So I'm glad that we did this podcast this morning because we got breaking news live on the channel about Matt Ryan becoming the president of football operations. T-Will, the shout-outs now go to you, sir.
Yes, sir. To everybody in the chat, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you. Couldn't do this without you. We love talking Falcons football and all ATL sports with you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Want to thank God for waking me up this morning. Continue to do what he does. You can see me at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube, and For My ATL Movies 1 on YouTube as well. If movies and TV is your thing, you can check us out there. Last but not least, obviously, Mr. Jack Spade and my brother Eric Parker. Thank you guys for giving me my start in this business. Hey, man. Good night, everybody. See you.
Matter of fact, tell your brother Eric Parker you don't have to wash the car today because it's going to rain.
Oh, wow.
But if he wants to come by and at least get the tires, that would help me out.
Oh, wow.
He will, man. How was the show with Tidy last night?
It was fun, man. It was good. It was good. It was fun. You should check it out.
Tidy's cool, man. I saw a part of it too as well. I had to take care of some stuff, man, but I saw a part of it. Tidy's a good guy, man. I've been on a panel with Tidy, I think 2 or 3 times. Kind of like the same way I was with Uncle Steve before we had Uncle Steve on the show. We got to get Tidy over here on one time for the fan, man. Tidy talks ball. Tidy knows football, right?
He does.
Got to get him over here, man. So big shout out to the whole Bird Gang crew over there too as well. We're doing our too. If you have to drop, that's cool. But if you have to, you know, if you want to stay, we got 2 more hours now. We're doing our One Time for the Fan Falcons Fan Talk segment series again. Of course, you know, we've had a lot of special guests on the podcast before. I mean, tons of special guests on here talking Falcons. And we tell all of the special guests that, hey, it's going to be like 15, 30 minutes. We'll keep you in here no longer than that. And, of course, 2 hours later, we're still talking football with the special guests because people do love the podcast. They love the show, love the energy, everything that we got going on here at One Time for the Fan. Of course, you know, One Time is also from the fan for the fan. So, you know, we really do respect the community that the Falcons have here and, of course, everything that goes around it. And right now, with the offseason just being so electric and exciting, especially with news dropping today of Matt Ryan, I just can't wait to have some of these special guests on. And we have somebody who's going to be joining us tomorrow. You guys probably saw him the other day. But then again, you guys probably watch this podcast too. We have Uncle Steve's Lounge joining us, content creator, podcaster, does a great job. He's also Trey Young's realtor too, as well. So if you're looking to buy a house, he can get you set up. But Uncle Steve's Lounge will be joining us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'm sure we got some really good questions for Uncle Steve Lounge to answer and talk some Falcons. And not hopefully we don't get too much into the Hawks talk because we already know where that can go. But yeah, Hawks with a big win last night, 2-game winning streak now since Trey left in the fourth quarter. But of course, they beat the Pelicans the other night. They beat the Nuggets the other night. They're on their West Coast trip. I'll definitely be back in the building next week when they play the Celtics. But yeah, it's just great to see the fans so excited about Matt Ryan's situation now being in the front office. Got Jay Black in the chat. He said Matt Ryan is going to help us reach multiple Super Bowls in the next 15 years. So that's good to see. Fans are excited about that. Jay Coop said, so do we bring Kyle back now that he is all pro? That's a Matt Ryan decision. For me, looking at the wide receiver group last year and looking at what Kyle did in the last 5 or 6 games, if you can get a contract that's fitting for Kyle, knowing that other people will go out there and go after Kyle, because there are some teams that see value in Kyle. And I do want to say, I think the Falcons need to apologize to Kyle too as well, since he was drafted. He went through 6 quarterbacks, bunch of different OCs, bunch of different head coaches, and now he's in this contract situation where it's like, does he want to stay? Does he want to go? But I don't want to say, oh, I have the inside source, but if you pay him the right money, I'm sure Kyle will stay. Then again, we got Matt Ryan in the building. Kyle's damn near best year in Atlanta was with Matt Ryan, as Matt Ryan was getting ready to leave the Falcons. So let's look into Kyle to say, hey, let's see what this offseason presents. But then again, you're going to have teams going after Kyle Pitts, right? I mean, you can't say that, oh, Atlanta don't want him, so no team will want him. That's not the case for a guy like Kyle Pitts. Even looking at some of the tight ends this year and the way that they were used, Kyle Pitts' last 4 or 5 games of the season probably put a lot more value to his name than what it did in the first couple games of the season. So let's look at Kyle Pitts to make some noise here in Atlanta, especially with a guy like Matt Ryan in the front office. But I'm playing golf with some of his people coming up soon. Hopefully I can. Matter of fact, I need to go ahead and hit them up and see if I can get a golf game going quickly before March, because that's when they're really going to get down to that nitty gritty. Carrie, super producer, one time for the fan, reposting the screen. Big shout out to Miss Carrie, who was here for a couple minutes. She's watching the Manchester City game. That's what I'm getting ready to go do in a couple minutes. Manchester City is up 2-0 in the cup match right now. So big shout out to Rodri, big shout out to Holland, big shout out to Pep, big shout out to the whole crew at Manchester City. Man, I'm a big Man City fan. So missing a Man City game to talk Falcons with you all, I love it, And, I'm just going to finish up the rest of the comments here because, the fans in the stands really makes the show. I really don't have no more topics for today. It's just trying to catch this breaking news. Don't want to say I had an inside source about the breaking news, but, the time was right when we went live today. Tay Russ said, I met Terry at Whole Foods grocery store 2 months ago. Let's just say he still didn't understand ATL. Walking down the aisle towards my wife, and he said, he's not signing autographs. You talking about Terry Fontenot? You talking about T-Will? Because T-Will signs autographs. No, he's playing. Terry Fontenot, he was a good guy. Of course, the guy being, not from Atlanta, you need those type of people that's in this community, in the city. That's why I think the Matt Ryan thing was big. Flying in all these candidates from different cities that don't understand Atlanta, don't understand the traffic, don't eat lemon pepper wings, don't know about Magic City. You need to get the right people in the right place. And Matt Ryan, who left Atlanta, went to another city to go play, still lived in Atlanta, still doing community work in Atlanta, being with another team, being on CBS, still doing the same thing in Atlanta. That's why I'm glad we got a guy like Matt Ryan. I know they had to take him to dinner last night. You couldn't just put. You have a set of interviews. You're doing evaluations and stuff. You have a set of interviews throughout the day. You can't put Matt Ryan at 11 o'clock and say, "Oh, he's gone by 1." You can't put him in at 12 o'clock and say he's gone by 2. That's unacceptable. You get the other candidates in first, and then you leave room for Matt Ryan for the rest of your day. Now, I think we got the news about Ian Cunningham around 7 or so, 7 o'clock. So I'm guessing Matt Ryan was shortly after. Also, the news that we heard that Ian was interviewing for that role of Matt Ryan, the president of football operations, but also interviewing for the GM role too as well. So let's keep in mind that Matt and Ian and Ryan Poles, Rich McKay, Jeff Ulbrich, they're all buddy. They all know each other. They've been there for a while now, especially when you got that little pinpoint system where you can say, well, Matt knows Rich, and Rich knows Jeff Ulbrich, and Matt knows Ian Cunningham, and Matt knows Ryan Poles, and this person knows Arthur Blank, and this person knows Greg Beatles. It's all buddy, but they all kept it strictly Atlanta here. So do I think Jeff Ulbrich, there was a question on the stream earlier, do I think Jeff Ulbrich comes back? I do think Jeff Ulbrich comes back, and I'm sure he's probably going to take an interview or two if the Falcons allow it. But I think Jeff Ulbrich comes back because Matt Ryan is not the quarterback when he was being the coordinator a long time ago. Matt Ryan is now the big boss underneath Arthur Blank. And for Jeff Ulbrich, that is like a growing moment. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody that you help coach now move on to the front office position, I think the respect is still there from Jeff Ulbrich and Matt Ryan. So that would be really cool to see Jeff Ulbrich in the room sitting down with Matt Ryan, even to see Matt Ryan coming up with this free agency, seeing Matt Ryan coming up with this war room situation when it comes to the draft. Matt has been around some really good teams and some really good players here in Atlanta, and I just can't wait to see what the Iceman does. And we can still call him the Iceman. Like, come on, this is Matt Ryan, man. This is super cool. That boy A2 Money Caller said, from the streets to the suites. Hey, that boy Matty Ice. That boy Ice, man. Hey, and he got the ice cubes with him. Now, just imagine 10, 15 years from now, the ice cubes grow up and they get a position with the Atlanta Falcons. Like, this thing can run long term here, right? Who's to say what's going to happen 10 years from now, 10, 15 years from now with Arthur Blank in this organization? This thing can run long term here. Right? Let's take it to the next level here. If we're going down the line of being a Falcon fan, there are some people that are talking about winning multiple Super Bowls. There are some people in the chat talking about, man, I can't wait to see this next 10 years of the Atlanta Falcons. I'm here for it. I just turned 40. I'm here for it. Uncle Steve's Lounge said Bijan actually made the all-pro team twice. Running back first team and all-purpose second team. Look, Uncle Steve's Lounge knows football. That's why Uncle Steve's Lounge is going to be joining us tomorrow night, talking some Atlanta Falcons. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night to catch this brother right here, Uncle Steve's Lounge. I don't know if he's going to do the podcast from his podcasting room, or he's going to do the podcast from the suite or the terrace or the field. He might even be in the goddamn limo with Matt Ryan. He one of them guys. You know what I'm saying? He might even be in the studio with doggone Bruno Mars. You never know. Uncle Steve's cutting albums and stuff. I'm glad we have an opportunity to catch Uncle Steve, right? Big shout out to Uncle Steve too as well. John L. Everett in here talking that same Jaguar shit. John L., I'm glad you pay attention to our podcast because I want you to show up tomorrow when these goddamn Bills kick y'all teeth in. So big shout out to you in the chat too as well, man. Hope your golf game going well because I'm busting ass on that golf course too. J Kid CEO said Matt bumping that Young Bloods presidential. Hey, Matt is Atlanta, man. Matt is Atlanta. He might drive past Magic City, but he'll look and see what the parking lot looking like. Big shout out to everybody in the chat too as well. Tony Hall said Matt Ryan got a degree from Boston College in communications. That's going to be really big here in Atlanta, especially what we need to do in that front office. C Double in the chat with the Matty Ice baby. Big shout out to C Double in the chat. C Double said, let's get effing set. You already know Matt Ryan gets in there. You might say that. That's the first thing probably when he walks in. Let's get effing set, talking to that organization. So big shout out to C Double in the chat. John L. talking about what time can we bet on the Falcons today. Ask me a year from now. Ask me a year from now when we playing. Matter of fact, we ain't even playing on this Saturday a year from now. We waiting on to see who we playing against. Come on, man. We got Matty Ice in the house, man. It's going down. 82 Monte Carlo said Rich McKay was behind the curtain at the presser on Thursday. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, some of y'all know I done talked about this on the channel before. I ain't gonna get too much into what I used to do, but I'm telling you right now, that's his buddy. Just like I can pick up the phone and call T Will, you'll never know when I call T Will. All right, I'll just keep it like that. Got bro in the chat. Who's this? Bro died. Was it Giaz 4306? Arthur created this role for Matt Ryan. Big shout out to bro in the chat. If I butchered your name, I apologize, man. I'm just reading through all these comments and everything's just shooting down the screen. But yeah, man, shout out to bro in the chat. Bro 4306, man. Arthur created this role for Matt Ryan. He definitely did. He definitely did, man. So big shout out to the whole organization for doing this. He said he must have got bullied on the school bus. Hey, Jarnell was he was a cool guy, man. Jarnell was one of the ones where, you know, he had every Jordan, every Jordan in the collection. He's probably still collecting J's right now, man. That's the type of dude Jarnell is, man. So big shout out to him in here. Even with the hate on the Falcons, he still loves the Falcons. He knows he wants to be a Falcons fan. If the Falcons go to the Super Bowl, he's gonna be right there with his camera. I know what Jarnell does. He does photography. He's gonna be right there with his camera, taking pictures of all the fans. Partying down Peachtree. Hell, he might even get him some lemon pepper wings his damn self. John Moreno in the chat, he said, I prefer Kubiak, and he will bring his brothers and have his legendary father in his ear. So that's a cool thing to know that Matt Ryan has an opportunity to pick this new GM. I'm sure I'm thinking like when they do their GM search, we'll see the names if that goes down the line, maybe if it makes it to next week Saturday. But right now, I think Ian Cunningham might be the guy. It's a buddy thing still in that front office over there. Jay Kidd said Julio might try to bring Quavo with him. Hey, look, we ain't got no studio at Flowery Branch. We got the new locker room. We got that nice IBM performance field. We got the dome in the back of the practice field where they go do their plays. You know, when it's raining outside, they try to hide from the media, but we ain't got no goddamn studio. So Quavo might have to sit this one out. He might have to wait at the bins until the Falcons pull up. Jay Kidd also in the chat with the Keep Tyler. Man, we got the Algier family that was in here this morning watching the stream. So big shout out to the Algier family. And we do hope these things do work out. But at the end of the day, it's a business. I can't make the call. If I wish I could, because I would definitely tell them, look, that's a dynamic duo you got with Bijan and Tyler. You might want to look into that. But big shout out to the Algier family that was in here this morning, chatting with us too as well. Christy Lewis in the chat with the morning. Big shout out to Christy Lewis. Big shout out to Christy Lewis and the whole AFN group over there. Shout out to Maggie, Auntie Pam. Big shout out to everybody over there. I know y'all were excited to talk some Falcons football. Our special guest for tomorrow night, Uncle Steve's Lounge, says, love Tyler, but he's going to get his payday elsewhere. A good head coach will find a cheaper replacement. And that's how it is sometimes when you got the usage of Bijan. You don't want to run Bijan into the ground, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw what Bijan's usage was this past 2 years, and it probably even increased more this year. I think out of the 5,000 plus scrimmage yards we had, we use Bijan like 45% of the time, probably more than 50% of the time. And there was times where fans were calling on Bijan more when we brought Tyler into the game. So the OC is also a big situation too as well, when the OC can't utilize both running backs the way he's supposed to. And that's the sad part, you know what I'm saying? Because you got inexperienced OCs in here. And I think we need to get somebody who can help get this offense going in the right direction, especially when you got an offensive guy like Matt Ryan sit over there in that suite watching you. You better be prepared for that. Damn, Raheem, you killed the dream. Let's see here. Jay Kidd said a competent offensive coach would have definitely ran Tyler more. Remember what we said here in the chat? Hashtag just give the ball to Tyler. We kept saying that multiple times here in the chat. And he did get his fair share of touchdowns. And, you know, when it was down in the red zone, you know, pound for pound, you couldn't stop that man. He's a bowling ball. He's a rock. He's a tank. But there were some times when we was like, bro, what are you doing, Zach Robinson? Like, what are you doing? But yeah, and the quarterback situation is something to talk about too. right? I understand what Arthur Blank is saying about Michael Penix, but there are some fans here that's like, man, look, we got to talk about this. And that's what we'll do here on this One Time for the Fan channel. But of course, we respect all the players. We respect everything about the Falcons because, as you saw this morning, and as you saw the other day, whoever was in here, and for those that watch the podcast from time to time, we got players that watch the show. We got player family that watch the show. We got people that jump in here. You don't even know who they could be to kin of anybody of the Atlanta Falcons. And that's what we're really respectful about this. That's why we do talk Falcons football in a positive way, but we don't never try to bash anybody or put nobody down or say things. We just talk about things that I'm sure the Falcons in the front office are talking about. So it's nothing new. Let's see. 3 balls and 2 strikes said Mr. Blank seemed like current team is a Super Bowl contender. Hey, you got the Panthers fighting for the Super Bowl. You got the Jags fighting for a Super Bowl. You got the Texans and the Steelers, the Broncos fighting for a Super Bowl. So you make it to that level, you can fight for that Super Bowl. You can be a contender too. The Falcons, if we would have beat the Jets and the Dolphins, guess who playing? Guess who playing this weekend? Right? So, maybe Mr. Blake sees something else that we don't see. I see a good team here in Atlanta. I can see that there was some bad coaching situations. Atlanta Falcons Fandemic, man. Falcons Fandemic. We got to get you on the channel too as well, my brother. I know you've been on the channel before, but we're doing our Falcons fan talk segment during this offseason. Uncle Steve is going to kick it off with us. Matter of fact, I think Larry A1, Larry from the Dixon Way, A1 Forever, Uncle Steve Country, they kicked it off the other day when we was in here for 4 hours talking Falcons football. That was a good podcast too. Anybody that wants to go back and watch it, it's on the YouTube channel. 4 hours we sat here and talked Falcons football. And we talked a little bit about the Hawks too, but it was a nice panel of just talking. And it was unexpected too. Like we was just talking, me, T. Will, and Kerry. And the next thing you know, somebody wanted an invite. We sent the invite link. Next person wanted the invite link, sent the link out. Next person. And next thing you know, we're all in here till 1 o'clock in the morning talking Falcons. So big shout out to everybody who showed up there. But Fandemic, man, we got to get you. We got to get you back on the channel, man, talking some ball with us. Good morning, gents. Of course, you did the one-time emoji. Always a great day to talk Falcons football. Big shout out to Atlanta Falcons Fandemic here in the chat. Getting ready to wrap up these comments. Of course, he's giving his shout outs to T. Will, former ATO Sports. Big shout out to Fandemic, man. Eric Z is in the chat. Big shout out to Eric Z. Chrissy Lewis is in the chat. Hold on. John L said Olbrick is going to the Cowboys. Well, then we go get another defensive coordinator. But I'm that philosophy and that formula that he has here in Atlanta won't change with James Pierce Jr. and Lakel London, who I hope they bring back, and Jalen Watts, my boy from Georgia. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking about Xavier Watts, Jalen Walker, and the rest of the crew that's going to be here. AJ Terrell and them. You install the right system in their brain, they ain't never gonna forget it. I'm glad that they got rid of that Jimmy Lake guy. But Jeff Olbrick, man, you might want to think about this one, bro, especially with Matt Ryan in that front office, man. Change is coming. Christian Lewis says keep Tyler because Bijan is a straight up target for our opponents. If he gets hurt, then what? That's another thing too as well. We don't like to talk about injuries here, but injuries do happen in Atlanta. Not in Atlanta, in the NFL. And of course, you saw LeBron James when he was young. LeBron James was balling. You didn't even know when he was injured. You didn't even know what was going on. But as the years started to move on, LeBron was getting banged up. Now he can't even play back-to-back games. I don't want that early for Bijan in his career because he's taking on a lot of the tackles. He's taking on a lot of the usage. A lot of the snaps is going to Bijan. But the problem is you had an inexperienced head coach, and Bijan had to bail you out. You had an inexperienced OC, and Bijan had to bail you out. So let's see what this year looks like with this new system. A guy like Clint Kubiak is not going to have Bijan doing 60% of the snaps. There's a lot more going on when it comes to what a guy like Clint Kubiak can do. Manchester City scored again twice as I was talking. It's 4-0 right now as they go into the half. Yeah, let me wrap this up. I got to watch the second half of this game. It's 4-0 right now. They're going to make some subs in a minute. Bring in some of them young boy coming in and play some soccer too. J Kid, why is Marquise Williams still in the building? Marquise Williams probably sees an opportunity to make something happen. Maybe with the new organization. Maybe he sweet talked Arthur Blank. Maybe he's talking with Matt Ryan right now about what he's doing with the special team. Maybe they're all just throwing Raheem under the bus and saying, this is what Raheem wanted. This is what was going on. You never know. But until then, Marquise Williams is in the building. I remember Marquise Williams did coach the Shrine Bowl last year. He coached the Shrine Bowl. Remember that out there in Vegas or wherever it was with the some of the up and coming college football stars is getting ready to make the NFL. So maybe we'll see in the next couple of days to weeks of what could happen with Marquise Williams. And big shout out to Marquise too as well. Off the field, I know him. He's a cool guy, and you know he's super cool, man. So otherwise than that, when he gets on the field, fans not might like his coaching methods. But you know I've spoke to him and his family a few times. So our Coach Williams is I ain't got no problem with him like that. Not saying on the football side. I'm talking about just who he is personally. He's a cool dude. 3 balls, 2 strikes in 2021. Lake was fired from University of Washington. Why would Raheem think Lake could be a good NFL coach? Because that's his buddy. Same like Zach Robinson. He tried to build the coaching tree. This is my opinion. He tried to build the coaching tree so that way Zach Robinson can get that first-time OC under his system and then take the Falcons to different levels. Don't forget, the dream is always bigger than what they imagine. They're always thinking about making the playoffs, winning the division. Remember the first year? We got to outrun the South. We got to outrun the South. When you're doing that with an inexperienced DC and an inexperienced OC, we got to outrun the South. Well, that shit was shortly swept under the rug. But he tried to build Zach Robinson's coaching resume to say, hey, you can get to this level if you can take Kirk Cousins over here. I'm going to get you a veteran quarterback like we did in L.A. with the Rams. Then we're going to go get draft Penix. You can develop that guy. Knowing that you don't know how to develop quarterbacks well, you can go develop that guy. Matthew Stafford doesn't need development. You're just there as a coach, Zach Robinson. Matthew Stafford is damn near getting ready to retire in a couple of years. Look at the records he has. Look what he did in Detroit. Look what he did with the Rams. You get a passing assistant coordinator. Hey, this is what we can do when we get to Atlanta, Zach. You're coming over here with me. You're going to get Kirk Cousins, Mr. 4,000. I know he's coming off an ACL injury, but Mr. 4,000 yards will get you there. And at one point, we were 6-3, right? We were swag surfing. We were swag surfing in the bands. We were 6-3. Now, if you look at the situation, it didn't work. It backfired. Raheem failed the dream Morris. It didn't work. Same thing for Jimmy Lake. I know you don't have no experience coaching these NFL guys, but let me tell you something, man. Hey, I'm a player's guy. They're going to listen to you. They're going to rock with you. We're going to be the best defense in the league, man. Watch. That shit failed. Raheem failed the dream Morris. Knew that with these two guys, he tried to build his coaching legacy. And you guys see Raheem's record as a head coach. Just ain't it. It ain't it. And that's another reason why it failed. But yeah, you got to look elsewhere. That's why Matt has to come in and say, hey, I know Raheem, cool with him, but we're not finna go to Raheem route. We're going to go to Matt Ryan route. And that ain't going to happen. Raheem had buddies and no friends. Buddy system. There's some people in this world that consider, buddies more than friends or friends more than buddies. But Raheem had buddies. That was my buddy. My buddy. That's what Raheem had. He had buddies. I remember that old song. I forget what that song is. My buddy. One of them old songs. King of Atlanta supporter said, Tyler should stay, but if he wants to go, I understand. I totally do too. It's a business. It's a business. Oh man, J Kid, what's going on here? Will Smith couldn't come up with a name other than Pole to Pole for his new. Oh my God. Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta get the wow for that one, bro. You gotta get the wow for that one, bro. Will Smith, you get the whistle. You get the flag. I want a flag on Will Smith coming up with the new series called Pole to Pole. What are you doing, man? What are you doing, bro? Will Smith, what are you doing? Bruh. What are you doing, Will Smith? I guess Chris Rock won't be nowhere near that set. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Look, the chat is live. Chat is lit, man. First time here, if you haven't been to the channel before, head over to the YouTube page. Head over to the YouTube page, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. We talk Falcons football in a positive way. We love talking Falcons football with everybody. So just to see that y'all are here this morning. What is this? 10:56 in the morning. Talking Falcons. Oh, don't break on me now. What is going on here? What is going on here? Trying to get to the rest of these comments, but StreamYard, it won't let me. Stream, what you doing? What you doing, StreamYard? God, I hate this StreamYard shit. I rock with y'all, but I hate this StreamYard shit, dog. I really do. Jarnell, man, what the Jarnell, take your ass to Jacksonville and go watch the goddamn game, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Anytime I see Jarnell in here, he's just a hater. Hating ab, ball ad. He just be hating. Hate. Remember that Dave Chappelle episode where it did the haters ball when it went back in time to hate? That's Jarnell. Just hating at it. Yeah, hating, boy. God damn. That boy Hill, man. Off air, he a cool guy. Like you talk to him, he'll talk ball with you, man. Don't mention Indiana around his way. He's a Bama fan. But, Raheem and Fontenot destroyed the trust they had established with Arthur Blank. On top of losing seasons, the moves had to be made. Don't forget about that contract with Kirk Cousins. That didn't work out. That did not work out. Kubiak are also from the Dan Reeves tree. Shanahan's also from the Dan Reeves tree too as well. Hey, man, you got a lot going on when it comes to some of these legendary coaches who help coach some of these up-and-coming coaches. And, of course, like Country said, coaches' kids who had legendary runs in the NFL tend to end up doing well. Like you see the Shanahan system, even the Kubiak system right now. That might be something that we look for, here in Atlanta. I'm sure with Kubiak interviewing with the Falcons today, it would be great to see that the Falcons make another nice move as well and get another person in here, maybe the GM. But that's a Matt Ryan decision, Arthur Blank decision too as well. Do they wait for John Harbaugh? Do they wait for Matt LaFleur? I don't know. I'm sure John Harbaugh, he mentioned he wants to interview later this week. I'm sure you can't wait, though, on a guy you wanted. If Clint Kubiak is your guy, he just interviewed with the Ravens yesterday. He's going to interview with more teams before he gets ready to go do his game prep for Seattle next week. So some team might say, man, Kubiak's been having a success run right now. We might have to get him. Kevin Stefanski, too, as well. That's the name that's been thrown into the pot, right? Big shout out to Roz V83 in the chat. Shout out, Roz. Shout out. It's going down in a major way. You got Ambitions 99 in the chat, said sub. Hey, thank you. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you for everybody who's subbing to the channel on YouTube. If you're retweeting or you're following the Twitter page, big shout out to you all. If you're checking in from Facebook, big shout out to you all. Even the Instagram page, we're on Instagram too, at One Time for the Fan. I'm gonna post some stuff up there today. So big shout out to everybody who's holding it down when it comes to representing One Time for the Fan. Of course, it's from the fans, for the fan. We love talking with all the Falcon fans. We love putting the comments on the screen so you guys can all chat amongst each other in the chat. But here at One Time for the Fan, we just love talking Falcons football with y'all. Ambition says 99. Matty Ice is in the, hey, you already know, Ice Cube, man. It's all about that ice, man. It's going down in that major way. Let's see who we got here. DL on the DL. Shout out to y'all for holding it down. President Matty Ice is the only president I recognize. Hey, big shout out to DL on the DL in the chat. Of course, the love coming in from Matty Ice too as well. It's going down in a major way. DSGB Hall's in here having a good time talking some Falcons football with us. DSGB over here talking hellish shit. I see what you're talking about, DSGB Hall. Just make sure you charge up that Tesla. They definitely was at dinner last night about 8:30 at the finest of the finest restaurant near Flowery Branch. You even got Kiki in here. Look, Matt Ryan then drove Kiki out of the bed. She's been over there with Kev all laid up. Got twins on the way. Big shout to 89 Candy Kisses. Make sure I head over there to Kiara's page and tell her congratulations on the twins. Shout out to Atlanta Falcons fandemic. I would hate to lose Tyler, but if we have to move on from him, I'm comfortable saying Nathan Carter can fill the spot. You know what's funny about Nathan Carter? I know he didn't get his shine like that this year, but when it comes to the offseason, that's where some of these players got to make their noise, because you got a guy like Matt Ryan that knows ball. And he wants to help build his roster with the GM and the head coach. And maybe that could be a spot for Nathan Carter. I know last year with the whole Chris Blair thing, when you needed wide receivers, you went to go find people from off the street. When your best wide receiver you had in preseason was Chris Blair, right? And that rumor that I heard about, coming out from Raheem about Chris Blair and his route running stuff, man, Chris Blair was damn near one of the best dudes you had in that building. The players respected him. You see it from social media. His offseason grind was going crazy. Chris Blair, that's the homie. Chris Blair, CB, man, your offseason, workouts were going ridiculous, bro. And of course, when you got over there with the Falcons and they put you back on that practice squad, and I was like, what are they doing with Chris Blair, bro? They need receivers. You got people dropping passes in the middle of the field, but you need receivers. And sure enough, you got CB sitting over there on the sideline. And I know they dressed him out for a couple games, but they used him as a decoy. They didn't even have him in there like that. And that's the disappointing part, man, because guys like CB need to get their shine, man. So big shout to CB, man. Big shout to Chris Blair, man. That is the homie right there. 82 said, my buddy, that's my 50 Cent. That's the 50 Cent G unit. Yeah, my buddy. Yeah. I knew that was something, man. All these goddamn songs in my head from the old times and all this stuff, man. Thinking about some of these new songs too. And look, we got one time for the fan. We got our super producer back. I know it's 4-0. You had to show back up now. Games about over now.
Halftime,
They busting that
Oh,
ass over there. Did
nothing.
Doku score? I know Roger scored.
Raji scored. No, Semenyo, man. I'm hoping he scores in his debut. That would be awesome. But no,
Where
no
is he? Right? Is he
Doku.
getting some minutes out there? Is he out there balling
Yeah,
right
he
now?
started. Honestly, a youngster scored own goal. Yeah, it's been a good game so far. But
Semenya's
I'm
going
just so
crazy.
happy, Jag. It's a great day for Falcons fans. Obviously, City fans, but just mostly Falcons fans. I'm so happy.
Carrie, don't
Really
forget there could be
excited.
more news coming with Ian Cunningham, possibly. We was talking
Yeah, I
about the head
mean,
coach. Like,
I
do
don't
they
know if
want to
you went
wait?
over this,
Right.
Jack. I don't know if you happen to see this, but I just saw it. Shout out to Joe Patrick. He said notable reporting from Jonathan Jones, NFL insider, and it per league rules, given the Falcons' new front office setup with the president of football Matt Ryan, they're theoretically in position to hire the GM now without any interviews.
Mm. And don't forget
Yeah.
the news that came out from last night that Ian Cunningham was report. He was interviewing for Matt Ryan's role, but also the GM role too. Is that
Right, right.
right?
That's correct. But yeah, the article says on paper, the vacant Falcons GM job is considered a secondary football executive position with the league office, akin to an assistant general manager position on a team. So even though the Falcons GM will be a GM in practice, the job is subject to league rules regarding someone like a AGM right now. That means that the Falcons do not actually have to interview anyone for the GM job. Although highly recommended by the league, teams can fill a secondary football executive position with someone without an interview. So to me, that sounds like, yeah, it's Cunningham's job.
And
They just
Cunningham is
gotta
buddy with
pick their
Matt
head
Ryan. I
coach.
believe we was mentioning that they were friends a long time ago. They've been friends for a while. Matt Ryan was the best man at his wedding, one of his groomsmen.
Oh, so not exactly Ian's groomsman. It was actually so Ian Cunningham right now is assistant GM for the Bears, working
Right,
under Ryan Poles, the GM. And so Ryan Poles at Boston College was Matt Ryan's teammate,
right,
roommate, and yes, best man at his wedding. So, or I don't know
right.
best man. I just know groomsman. I
Groomsman.
saw a
Right.
video with him.
He was
Yeah.
there.
So
We wasn't there, but he was there.
yeah. Yeah. So there's definitely the connection there. I'm sure Ryan Poles would recommend, Ian Cunningham for the job.
Right.
And I would love him too because he has a great resume, working, for the Ravens organization, working under Howie Roseman, learning, from the Eagles organization, and arguably one of the best GMs in the league, and then now under Ryan Poles in Chicago. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just really ready for them to announce Ian so that we can get this head coaching ball rolling, honestly.
Right. And I'm sure you heard the news about the Packers want to meet with Matt LaFleur, good or bad about today about an extension or possibly cutting ties with him. So if the Packers end up winning, they do want to meet with Matt LaFleur. The Packers end up losing, they do want to meet with Matt LaFleur. So it's possible could have some more buddy going on here in Atlanta with Matt LaFleur knowing Matt Ryan. Of course, you know that NFC North. I'm sure Matt LaFleur also knows Ian Cunningham from the Bears, and Ryan Poles too as well. They've been up there for quite some time now. I know it's different teams, but when you're in a business and that type of realm that they're in, they kind of all know who people are, you know, that type of stuff. It's just a business atmosphere. Shout out to D on the chat. Shout out to Atlanta Falcons Pandemic. Also, if you've never been here before, make sure you go ahead and you hit that like button. Atlanta Falcons Pandemic, man. Make sure y'all go check out his channel too as well. Falcons content creator, podcaster, man, out here doing the damn thing. So go check him out. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button over there for Fandemic. I'm sure we're going to get Fandemic back on this channel because he's been here before. Our draft night episodes that we do, our draft night podcast, we usually go about 4 or 5 hours. The Falcons don't have a first round pick this year, as we see right now. Who knows what happens if anything gets, you know, put out there where Matt Ryan wants to make some decisions with the GM of try to maybe moving back up to the first round. We'll debate about it amongst the one time for the fan chat if we want to go live on draft night or just wait for day 2. Because Kerry, you know it, we've been doing the draft night shows for a minute, and you will be in here for like 2.5, 3 hours, and the Falcons ain't even picked yet. So it's like
Much fun though. Yeah,
it's fun. It's
when
fun.
people
We got
do
people that
that
show up at
stuff.
the draft, and we're getting people live on the show. And we have so many special guests. Last year, we cranked it off with Berto and Bro Talk, moved over to another group, then to another group. Then 20 minutes later, we did a giveaway. Then we went to another group and another one, another one. We just kept moving all over the place. What's up, son? You good? You good? And then we kept moving around so many places that we had so many special guests. Had the Falconator checking in live on the crowd, at the crowd, in the crowd. So what the fuck am I talking about? Live in the crowd from the draft. And then we moved around to another group and another person who was at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium at the draft party. And we just had a great time. So it's a great opportunity to talk Falcons with, everybody. And, I just can't wait to get back to draft again. But before draft, we'll be in here chopping it up with everybody, getting people prepared for the upcoming season. Got Ray Fitty in the chat talking some Falcons football with us. Bellows World also mentioned that, yes, Nick Nash is no longer with us. He is now with the Washington Commanders. We'll see what happens over there.
Wait, really? I didn't know that. When did that
Yeah,
happen?
Nick Nash went. They picked him up from the practice squad, went over there
When?
to Washington now. So
Wait, when did this happen though?
happened yesterday.
Wow, I'm late.
Yeah,
I did
moves
not
are
know
being
that.
made, my friend.
Wow, I didn't even get a chance.
And I'm sure Washington, with their receiving core, they're gonna probably give him a chance to get up out there too. You know, Raheem. We don't know about Nick Nash. He come out here. Zach Robinson. D. Craig, Jack Spade was at the wedding as well, making sure that grass was cut. Not, damn it, D. Craig. Craig. Your first page got banned, so you come in here talking this trash now. Come on, Craig. Get up, Craig. Get up, Craig. D. Craig 418 is in the chat. Talking some Falcons football here with us. Big shout out to D. Craig. Matt Ryan is scheduled to interview Kubiak today. Matt Ryan's in the building. Job starts today.
I think they actually are interviewing Kubiak and there's another interview. Anthony Weaver today. Both of the interviews will happen today. It says per
Well, we know
Ratson.
one who will be in the front running for the job, and we know one who won't
Definitely.
be in the front running for the job. So, like we said, it's good to have those interviews out there, so that way make it fair for everybody. But Falcon fans they're talking about who they want right now. They're throwing names out there. I think the top 3 candidates seems to be John Harbaugh, Clint Kubiak, even Kevin Stefanski, and then throwing the alternate in there, Matt LaFleur, if he does get canned in Green Bay. So
I have to ask you if you read the quote about him saying that, Um, that he's never. This is a new position to him. Did you read that part yet?
Who, Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
I did
What
not
he
get the
said.
opportunity.
Okay.
I read the first quote about him,
Okay.
doing whatever he can to bring the success back to Atlanta, but I
Okay,
did
let me
not get
read
a
that real
chance
quick.
to.
He said,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
also recognize this side of football is not where I've come up. I've played, commented, but I haven't directly operated. I think I'm humble enough to recognize there will be some baptism by fire, but I'm ready for that. I know I've got great resources and partners throughout this organization, and I'm fortunate to have mentors across the league. That said, I do understand the weight of a role like this. I've lived it. I have confidence in the perspective my years as a player and a team leader will give me. This is not a new table, it's just a new seat. Mic drop.
Mm,
I also love how he said, like, I gotta find it really quick to read it. I don't want to
no,
misquote him. He
definitely go
said,
find it. As you find that,
okay,
Commanders hired David Blow as the OC. Cliff
I
Kingsbury
saw
out
that
in Washington.
yesterday.
They go with David Blow. Um,
But did you read this one where he talks about he appreciates his time at Colts and CBS? Did you happen to read that one?
I did not read that one. I saw it,
Okay.
but I did not read it. I was
Oh,
so excited for the news. But yeah, go right ahead,
okay,
Carrie.
I'll read that one as well because I love the part where he says, I've always been a Falcon. He says, Arthur Blank gave me the chance of a lifetime almost 20 years ago, and he's done it again today. While I appreciate the time I had with the Colts and with CBS, I've always been a Falcon. It feels great to be home. Sorry.
Are you crying, Carrie?
Gosh, I love.
I heard that in your voice. I'm like,
Oh my
is Carrie
gosh, I
crying
get
here?
choked up. Oh my
What's going
gosh, I
on?
just love that guy, man. Oh, he says, it feels great to be home. I could not be more excited, grateful, or humbled by this new opportunity. I began my career with a singular goal to do right by the Blank family, the Falcons organization, the city of Atlanta, and especially our fans. The commitment to the success of the franchise has not changed. I'm
Mm,
beyond ready to help write a new chapter of excellence. Ooh, I mean, you couldn't say that any better.
it's going down in a major way. Um, I'm happy for this. Looking at a lot of Falcons media that is gearing up to go speak with Matt. I'm guessing because this big day in Atlanta. And here's the funny thing, Carrie. We talked about Rich McKay,
Okay, I don't
Jeff
mean to
Olbert.
interrupt you, but Semenyo just scored in his debut.
Are you serious?
I gotta go.
Are
I
you
gotta go.
serious? I'm missing
I
this Man
know.
City game,
Dang,
and our new player just
5-0.
scored on his first day out there. Semenya
Wow.
is 5-0.
Dang. 5-0. All right, Jack. I don't mean to end early, but I had to come in here and say hi again. And I'm gonna go catch the second half. Um,
Oh my
yeah.
God, Anton Semenya. Oh my God.
Wow. I love it. Dang. I gotta
Anton
catch the
Semenya is
replay of
going
that.
crazy. The Blues are out. The Blues
Dang.
are out. All right, Carrie. Good luck to you, Carrie. Just
Okay, have a great day, everyone in the chat. I mean, there's over 200 people watching right now. I appreciate you all. Um, yeah, and is it 6-0? It's 6-0. I
it's
missed the
6-0.
fifth goal.
Somebody scored again in between
I
the
missed the
goals.
fifth. I gotta go.
Man City's
Okay.
putting in work right now. Here come the bench
Wow, they're
players.
putting BTA.
Right.
Whew. You
All right.
know.
Well, I'll get ready to finish up these
Okay.
comments and wrap it up. Less than 10 minutes and I'm up out of here.
Have a great day, everyone in the chat. I truly appreciate you all for joining us. And seriously, like, be excited. I hope you're as excited as I am because I truly feel like Matt Ryan, above anyone else, like that could come in and do the job, has our best interests as Falcons fans because he really loves the city and the franchise. So have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out. Peace. Bye, Jack.
Have a good one, Carrie. Carrie, one time for the fan. That's our super producer right there. Carrie's been with us for a while now, so we love whenever Carrie comes in here and spends 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Even the other night, she was here for 4 hours talking Falcons football with us. So whenever you see Carrie, just know that's one time. What bridge quarterbacks are available? There's going to be a couple that people are going to name. There's probably going to be a few that people would think that Falcons have to trade for. I mean, there's going to be I think Jacoby Brissett is going to be available. You have your backup quarterbacks that's around the league that are not too flashy, not too fly that people want to see in the Falcons uniform. Penix's situation with his timetable when he's coming back, I can't really put a timetable on that. Talk to a few doctors. T will talk to a doctor with us too as well, where these type of injuries. I know they have, these advantages in the NFL with their type of training and rehab. But then again, rushing somebody back who's been dealing with these type of injuries could be critical. So we just gotta really see how that's going to work out. But fans were even mentioning Malik Willis could possibly be a target. Matt Jones, I think a lot of people have been speaking about in the Falcons community. Um, and then again, people are counting on Kirk Cousins to be a post June 1 cut. We'll see. If that happens, maybe Matt Ryan says, "Hey, I was a veteran quarterback here playing in my late years. Let Kirk go." I don't know. We'll get to the quarterback situation shortly because there's going to be some names we got to throw out. But there's some different scenarios that can play out too as well when it comes to that quarterback situation. DA Hunter's in the chat with the one time. Big shout out to DA Hunter. That's the homie right there, man. If you can catch DA Hunter, home games, away games, he's a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. So big shout out to DA Hunter, man. Been rocking with DA for a long time now. Ray 50 said, what about Mike Tomlin if he gets fired? Seeing John Harbaugh get fired after 16 plus seasons, and now Mike Tomlin, if he gets canned tomorrow after the Texans game, that would be a name to look at too as well. But it's do you want to wait to find out? Do you want to wait to see if Kubiak is your guy? If Matt Ryan's in that room and he looks and like he turns to Arthur Blank and says, "Hey man, Kubiak might be our guy." Do you wait? Because you wait till Tuesday next week. Next thing you know, the Titans make him the head coach, right? And then there you go. Kubiak's gone. So not saying you want to throw all your eggs in one basket on one guy, but when the time is right, the time is right. For me, I'm not the president of the football operations. I'm not the general manager, but I don't know if you want to wait long term. People are waiting for Matt LaFleur. If Matt LaFleur doesn't get canned by the Packers, then what do? You don't want to lose out on a good head coach, because you saw with Raheem, we missed out on 2 or 3 head coaches that are now in the playoffs, and we went with Raheem, failed to Dream Morris. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Is Mike McCarthy on the list to be interviewed? That's a good question. The Giants requested to see Mike McCarthy, and he's been away from football for a while. But Mike McCarthy, whenever he steps away, he studies the game and sees what's going on, and he can come back and be a little bit more refreshed. I don't know if the Falcons interviewed or they requested an interview. The names that's been put out there right now, from Vance Joseph to Anthony Weaver to Kevin Stefanski to Kubiak to even the Harbaugh name that they mentioned at the presser the other day, seems like that is what they're looking for right now. Not saying that the search is not going to be a little bit different in the coming days, but Kubiak just interviewed with the Ravens yesterday. And you know what type of team the Ravens got. And we play the Ravens this year. We are interviewing Kubiak today. So let's see. But Mike McCarthy is a name that I had on my list originally, that I have mentioned here before on the channel too as well. So that could be something that we could talk about in the coming days. Y'all have an appetite for Mike McDaniel. I feel like with the uncertainty at quarterback, he would put us in the best place to maximize our skill position talent, which would be a crucial year. Mike McDaniel is a buddy. There we go again, back to the buddy. Matt Ryan, Rich McKay, Arthur Blank, Jeff Ulbrich, Mike McDaniel. They all know each other. So Mike McDaniel is the OC. I'm more so over 50% with Mike McDaniel than I am under 50% with Mike McDaniel. I don't have a failing grade for Mike McDaniel as the OC. If he was to come in here as the head coach, yes. The OC, you got to reel me in, but you're baiting me well, right? You know what I'm saying? You got me on the line where it's like I can see the OC, but as the head coach, hey man, I'm gonna trust what they're doing in their front office. But McDaniel's the OC. Some fans can see that, but McDaniel's the head coach. Nah, don't let's not go there. So we'll get to that when that time gets to getting to. Anthony Long said, "I believe we are a quarterback and a coach away from being in the Super Bowl." Well, God damn it, Anthony Long, you get the damn you get the quote, you get the comment of the day right there. I tell you, Anthony Long, just to know that we could have got over the hump years ago by picking the right people. Because this defense is nasty right here, right? And these players that we have on offense can get the job done, right? We just need to, you know, get some other things in place, right? And of course, with the head coach situation, that's one thing. Coaches, I think coaches too as well. Not just the coach, coaches, because we need to make sure that our DC is still here. Because Jeff Ulbrich is going to work with a new set of guys this year, even with the old guys too as well from last year. Get some things going in the right direction there. And then the offensive coordinator, you got to get somebody in here that knows how to move the ball, especially on third down. We was one of the worst third down teams in the league. And there's only, I think, if I remember, either the stat I saw yesterday was the total yards from scrimmage or the third down. No, total yards from scrimmage. There's only 3 teams less than us that has total yards from scrimmage that made the playoffs. Everybody else was going to the playoffs is above us. But third down rate, I think we were 30th out of 30. I think it was 30th in the league. Yeah, the Titans were behind us. I think the Browns were behind us. But we got to get it. We got to get it going on third down. We got to do something. Craig's in the chat. He said, if Harbaugh's demands are true, that came out yesterday. In my opinion, he isn't a favorite now. Ghost Peppers was in the chat earlier with us, D. Craig, and said, these are rumors about Harbaugh. We ain't hear Harbaugh say anything. These could be rumors. The ESPN journalist who was on the podcast reported that he had sources that are close to that area that mentioned that this is what Harbaugh wants. I haven't heard Harbaugh come out with it. Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, I haven't heard them retweet it, repost it. So it could be true, could not be true. We will see. Ray 50 said Carrie is very emotional right now. Carrie's in it as a good friend, but she's also a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, and our Manchester City Blues are up 6-0 right now. Our new player just came in and just scored in his first game, so she's excited. Carrie's just having a really good Saturday right now. So if you guys want to talk football, definitely go hit up Carrie, because she can talk football with y'all all day long. Diva is in the chat. She said, good day. So Matt Ryan officially given the job. We know he married into the Blank family and ready for the job. Matt, is Matt Ryan officially married into the Blank family? Like I know people like that's Arthur Blank's son-in-law and all. I don't. Hey, if he is, well, it's family amongst family. I know that. I know I'm getting ready. Hey, let me tell you something, Diva. I know I'm ready to go goddamn win this Super Bowl. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I know that. I'm ready to go do this parade for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm ready for all that's about to happen on the success level of these Atlanta Falcons. Ray 50 said, where the hell is T-Will? T-Will's doing a show right now, bro. T-Will's right over there right now at Format ATO Sports. He's doing a show. Is he still on the show right now? I told T-Will an hour ago. He was in here this morning with me. And he said he had to go. He had to go do a show. I told T-Will, I'm only doing 10 minutes left, and then I'm out of here. And sure enough, I'm still here. Yeah, T-Will's live right now, man. Let me see. Is he live right now? Oh, no, he's not live right now. He has something to go do. He's probably working. Hey, but big shout out to T-Will, man. For my ATO Sports, one time for the fan. You already know what it is, man. Diva said, hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. You already know. Hit the like button. 82 Money Carlos said, we need 200 likes. Come on, party people. Party people. Party people. You already know that, man. It's going down in a major way. Hey, look, what y'all could do, if y'all are on YouTube right now, whoever's watching on YouTube, I think it's over here. Somewhere, as a matter of fact. Big shout out to 82 Monte Carlo, man. That's a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan for you. I think it's over here. Let me get this shout out off the screen too as well. We were supposed to do shout outs almost 30 minutes ago. Right over here. Somewhere in this area is the like button. Just hit the like button. You ain't got to, it don't cost none. Just hit the like button right over here. If you're watching on Twitter, there's a retweet somewhere over here. I think it's over here. There's a retweet. Then there's the heart should be over here somewhere. You can hit the heart. You can hit the retweet. that goes a long way. That just shows that you're in here rocking with One Time for the Fan, right? And of course, if you're on Facebook, hit the like button too as well. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk Falcons football all day long if y'all want to. But then again, I gotta go do some stuff. But we'll be back tomorrow night with Uncle Steve's Lounge doing our Falcons fan talk segment. So it's gonna be great to see everybody back in here again. But the biggest thing about it was catching up to all these comments because we did that 4-hour show yesterday or Wednesday, and it was unexpected to do 4 hours. And most of y'all know we love putting the comments on the screen and rocking with all the comments and all the opinions and facts of the Falcon fans. But it was just kind of difficult just getting everybody's stuff on the screen because we had so much going on. So big shout out to everybody. So I promised myself I'd get to as many as I can with the comments today. Jacoby Brissett, serviceable and sturdy. We'll definitely see about that, what the Falcons want to do when it comes to the bridge quarterback situation. That a Falcons Fandemic said, I like Robert Saleh. Bring back the chemistry he and Jeff had in New York. That's another thing, too, as well. I think the Falcons requested to interview Robert Saleh as well. So we got to definitely be prepared for that. DL on the DL said, appreciate you missing Man City to talk Falcons with us this AM. Rise up, y'all. I'm looking at some Man City. I mean, I keep switching my phone from different pages, but yeah, I'm going to go back to the Man City. I got Man City right here. It doesn't do no justice watching it on the phone. They're in the 66th minute right now. 66th minute, 6-0, English FA Cup. They're going to win the FA Cup. That I know. That team is stacked, man. Manchester City, man. That's my boys right there. Any Too Money Carlos said, we already got the quarterback. Get him a good coach and watch what happens. Hey, we'll see. We will see. It's going down. It's going down in a major way with our boy Penix now. We will see, though. Got my boy Fandemic in here chatting up with the Falcon fans. H Money Caller said, Miami is officially in a race for him. Probably talking about some head coaches right now. Ray 50 said, shout out to Bijan, Kyle, Chris, and Bates for making the All-Pro, and Pierce and Watts for making the All-Rookie team. Hey, man, them boys right there ball out, dog. Them boys out there ball out, man. Every single one of them boys right there, man. I'm talking about they do it for the city. They do it for their family, but they do it for the Falcons too as well. Jeremy Campbell Ivory's in the chat too as well. Who will be our quarterback this season coming up from Bellows World. Hey, man, we got so much time to talk about that. I'm not going to put no names out there or say anything, but, we'll get to that when it's time to get into. But we were going to talk about some quarterback coming up this week. I know that. But breaking news from Albert Breer. Carrie's back in the chat. John Harbaugh will not be interviewing with all interested teams. Falcons are in the mix for one of those realistic landing spots. And Carrie don't play that source stuff. Carrie goes and finds the source. So let's be prepared to see if John Harbaugh is cool to accept being with Matt Ryan here in Atlanta. A1 Forever Sports. Big shout out to A1 Forever, man. Content creator, diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. He said, Dark Horses, Robert. Been telling y'all, Robert Saleh. Hey, Jeff Ulbrich, make that phone call. You never know. Don't forget, your head coach and your GM has to report to Matt Ryan. Straight from Arthur Blake's mouth. Head coach, GM reports to Matty Ice. And Matty Ice going to tell you, get F in the set. You walk in that room. Y'all about that business. Jeremy said Walker should have made it as well. Definitely. Jalen Walker should have made that all-rookie team, man. But, yeah, this is great. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Said last time Falcons interviewed 14 candidates. Falcons may interview 20-plus this time. Hey, the more the merrier, man. Try to pick everybody's brains, see what direction they got going, because you're going to need to get back on the right track. And notice that we mentioned all the positive things. We didn't want to mention the negative things about, if Matt Ryan gets in here next year and he doesn't get the job done and what's going to happen and you brought this guy in here. I know some fans are waiting on that. There are some fans right now that's waiting to be negative. I'm telling you right now. Yes, they're fans of the Falcons, but they're not fans of Matt Ryan. So they're waiting to be negative. That's why I'm hoping that they get this right and get back on track. Falcon fan, this has been great talking Falcons football with y'all. I think Jeremy, Cameron, Ivory, right over here. I have no more room to stretch for these comments right here. That's it. I hit this button right here. Ain't no more comments left. So we went over a lot of comments today, talked some Falcons football with a lot of people, and it's just a good time of talking football with everybody. Over 200 plus in here this morning talking Falcons football, 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning with us. And it's just been a great time. 2-hour mark. Just hit the 2-hour mark talking Falcons football with us. And it's a good feeling because I know you all are excited for that boy, Matt Ryan, you know what I'm saying, in the front office. And there's going to be some more moves being made. If anything else that comes out that is super crucial for Falcon fans about some breaking news, we'll go ahead and go live again. But until then, we're going to be live tomorrow night, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. with Uncle Steve's Lounge. Content creator, better go check out Uncle Steve's Lounge. Falcons podcaster, better go check out his channel. I'm telling y'all, Uncle Steve's Lounge, he can talk football. We're going to try to keep him in here for about an hour, but he can talk football. Hopefully he don't sing. Uncle Steve, I don't know if you're watching, but hopefully you don't sing. Right? We're trying to get more subscribers. We ain't trying to lose. Right? You know what I'm saying? No. Big shout out to Uncle Steve, man. You can see on the bottom of the screen, you can follow on X right there. See it scrolling across the ticker. Look at that. See, scroll. Across the ticker, you can follow on X at One Time for the Fan. Of course, if you guys don't know, we do have the Facebook page too as well. You can head over there to Facebook. Manchester City just scored again. It's 7-0. Oh my God. I love my Falcons. But Man City is putting in hella work right now. It is 7-0 right now. Yeah, you turn it back on. It is 7-0 right now. I know I'm going to finish this podcast. Oh, Tijani. Oh, my God. Tijani just scored. I know we're going to finish this podcast before I can go and, I'm going to catch the rest of the game. They're in the 71st minute, so let me just wrap this up here. I think Ian Cunningham is already hired because they interviewing Kubiak today. I think Ian Cunningham is the front runner for that job. We're going to see. We're definitely going to see. I don't have another GM outside of myself, Kerry, Terry, Big Low Country. I don't have another GM in mind that can run this organization with Matt. I think it's Ian Cunningham. That's the next front runner to go get that spot. But we will see. But yeah, Facebook right there. See it scrolling across the ticker? See that right there? See that? Go ahead and head over to Facebook. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Of course, YouTube too as well. You got to go to YouTube. And check out One Time for the Fan. Got some videos up there from before if you haven't seen it. Some of our reactions from old stuff and some shorts and of course, our previous podcast. And Iron Mike is joining us at the 2-hour mark. Iron Mike, fo. Big shout out to Iron Mike just joined us. He said, "Make McDaniel my OC, please." I just mentioned that. McDaniels as the OC, you can see that. McDaniels as the head coach, oh no. But Mike McDaniels can definitely work with this offense, in a way I think Falcon fans could appreciate. But yeah, head over to that YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube because that's big right there. The more followers, the more subscribers, the more people we get. It just brings more just growth to One Time for the Fan. I remember when we first started, we had 1 subscriber, right? We was just in here just chatting. There's 1 subscriber. Now we're over 1,000 plus, and we go live. We don't do a lot of the, other videos and stuff that you may see from other content creators, which I will be getting into that. I've been working on a lot of my golf content right now. So that's really big for me right now is the golf content because, hell, next couple of years I might be on the tour. You never know. But I'm working on my golf content right now, and that's super big for me. But I got to put into some more work with One Time, putting out some other shorts and some other stuff. But the IG page, y'all can head over to the One Time for the Fan Instagram page. I'm sure everybody in here got Instagram. Everybody in here got Instagram. So take 10 seconds right now out of your day. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever you catch your podcast that one time is on, head over to Instagram, head over to IG, and just hit the follow button. I hit the follow back. I'll see y'all on there. We can talk Falcons football all day. We post on there from time to time too as well. So hit the follow button over there and let's talk some Falcons football. Just stay in tune with One Time. You can get notified so many ways, by just staying in tune with One Time for the Fan. That's all we're doing here on the show. It's talking Falcons football. But yeah, Falcon fans, I want to give a big shout out to everybody in the chat that showed up this morning. Of course, Carrie, Terry, Bodie 3000, everybody who's just been rocking with One Time for the Fan. We definitely appreciate y'all. Continue rocking with us. And what y'all could do, if y'all still in here, I mean, most of y'all already know it, but if y'all still in here, this is what y'all can do. Look, check the chat. Everybody check the chat. Uh-oh. Nope, don't check the chat. Oh, shit. No, hold on. Oh, no, don't check the chat. Hold on. Hold on. I got to... This damn laptop done rock me. Man, the damn laptop done mess me up. I think Man City's going to score 3 more goals. They might go up 10-0 in a minute. All right, check the chat. Y'all can check it now. If you're in here right now, go ahead and drop a rise up in the chat. Go ahead and drop a rise up in the chat. Drop a rise up because you already know what this Falcons franchise, what this organization is getting ready to do. We're getting ready to turn the corner. We're getting ready to make the right moves and the right adjustments to get to the right places that fans want to see. And I'm all for it. I cannot wait to see what these extra moves are going to be with the Atlanta Falcons. But if you're watching, if you're listening, look at the fam over here. Got Diane and Ben. Big shout Diane and Ben. Hey, big shout Diane and Ben. Mark them in the chat. Go ahead and drop a rise up in the chat because everybody's excited, right? It's a beautiful day in the city. It might rain later, but if not, go out there and enjoy the day. Do what Matt Ryan's doing. He's enjoying his day. Do what Arthur Blank's doing. He's enjoying his day. Right? Go out there, hang with your family, hang with your friends, go to the mall, go buy a goddamn pair of socks or something. Do something for yourself today, man. Enjoy it. Go to the gym, hang out, like I said, with the people that you love, your close ones. If y'all are video game players, go play the game, get on some 2K. If y'all are car folks, go out there, do something to your car, do something that's going to make you smile today, right? Because everybody needs to smile in their life. But I hope y'all enjoy it. One Time for the Fan, 2 hours plus talking with the fans today. Over 220 plus people in here talking Falcons football with us. I want to give a big shout out to everybody in here who's watching and listening. Even the people who don't comment. There's a lot of people who just watch from outside the screen and don't comment. Hell, we could have 1,000 people in here. I don't fucking know. But I do know that everybody here talking Falcons football and listening to us and enjoying the show, I really appreciate. T. Will appreciates. Carrie appreciates. And we're going to continue doing this. So we're back tomorrow night, 8 p.m., talking Falcons football with Uncle Steve's Lounge. Manchester City just scored again. It's 8-0. Matt Ryan. You just don't understand. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Carrie's back in the chat. 8-0 Man City. This team, Cass is in the chat, rise up. That's what I'm saying. A lot of times people's in here watching from afar, don't want to get involved with the conversation, or you show up late, or you show up in the middle of it, or you're doing, you're cooking, or you're at the gym, or you're doing a bunch of stuff and you couldn't get a chance to comment. Drop a rise up in the chat. That's what it's about. We all Falcon fans here. We all want to win here. There's going to be some good slate of NFL games on today. I know we're not playing, but go and sit down with your family, make some good lunch, make some good dinner, watch some of these games. Some of these players could be free agents next year, might end up getting them. Indiana, you saw what Indiana did last night against Oregon. There's some players over there you might want as well with the Falcons next year. Miami's playing a national championship game against Indiana. That might be something to look forward to as well. Kerry said, I'm just so thankful that we didn't just here for okay. We made changes at head coach and GM at a great time. Some great options out there to turn things around for the future. I am totally with what Kerry is saying. Because if I'm not with it, I'll get yelled at. No, I'm just playing. Me and Kerry, good friends. So big shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you all for being here for one time for the fan. And this is where I click the button to say end stream, and I hit it